Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we had the boys on, Sean and Giancarlo. We started off with our draft, then we did a little recap of Dallas, and then we talked about the Long Island community and Nutmeg. We'll go through and watch it all. There was a little teaser in there, and then we finished with questions. That's it. This is a longer episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today I got on with me, Giancarlo and Sean. How we doing, babies?
What up?
We chilling. I'm cooler than a cooler.
How are we feeling after Dallas?
Sore.
Very sore.
Yeah, today was a lay down all day day.
Today was
I learned what Catan was today, and I think I did that from 1 p.m. to right until I got on here.
like the board game.
Yeah, like the board game. There's an app.
Catan?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
like
it's
super
sick.
I feel like you need to be smart to play that game.
Listen.
I played that at Frankie's once.
Probably, definitely.
Every Catan person, chime in, send me your ass. You're gonna beat me, but I'm on the come up. Get me while you can.
Sean, what's that game that you and Cassidy play every day?
Skippo?
I think so.
Oh yeah, Skippo. Oh no, the New York Times games.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Connections.
Wordle. But we do Strands of Connections. That's our game.
Yeah.
Okay. Giancarlo, you're a big Wordle guy?
No, I do the Weddle. It's guess the NFL player every day.
Oh, I remember that. Like right when Wordle came out.
I do the Weddle and I do the Pickle, the MLB one, and then we'll do Immaculate Grid for.
I was just gonna say Immaculate Grid.
Baseball and basketball. I do Immaculate Grid normally when I
Yeah.
get.
All right, I might have to cut that part.
Immaculate Grid is
I got that.
it's like you got to name a player who like played with the Dolphins and threw like 20 touchdowns. And like,
Yeah, it'll be like Dolphins, Packers, Ravens.
it's
then
like
it'll be
Dolphins, Packers,
touchdowns,
Ravens,
MVP,
and it'll be
Super
like
Bowl.
touchdowns, Jets, and then like whatever 4,000 yards in a season, and you have to try to like match them up with who did what, and you can't repeat players.
Is it Tua?
Maybe
Probably not.
I didn't look. I didn't do them yet today.
Chicago Bears and 4,000 yard
Two could be
passes
most
are zero.
concussions.
True. I was gonna say I don't think you could throw for like 20 touchdowns when you play 3 games.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of football, though, Giancarlo, you're a Jets fan. How are we
Yeah.
feeling about this season?
Well, last week I was ready to just like quit the season when it came out that Fields left practice early and like on a stretcher or whatever it was.
Carted off.
Yeah, carted off. I was like, great, here we go, like Tyrod Taylor season. But thankfully,
Is he your backup
yeah,
again?
yeah,
Tyrod Taylor will never leave the Jets.
yeah, because we don't have a good quarterback, so
Exactly.
gives him a chance to play.
No one else wants to go there.
Yeah, so I was very like, oh, this season sucks, but it turned out it was like 3 days he missed practice and he's back. I don't know. I mean, like, I could say I feel hopeful, but like, I'm a Jets, Mets, Knicks fan. I've been hopeful for like 30 years and nothing happens. Um, but like, we re-signed Sauce, we re-signed Garrett Wilson. You know, Brees, we probably only have one more season left. I mean, Justin Fields is like a competent quarterback. We haven't really had that, so definitely some excitement compared to past seasons. But it's like we'll see when the season starts and let it just crush my hopes and dreams.
I think I saw that Braylon Allen and Brees Hall were almost splitting snaps in the in training camp.
I think they're getting ready to get rid of Brees. I don't think they're going to sign him long term with the money he's going to want. And they have Braylon Allen, and he looks like he's on the come up. They have a couple of younger.
Is he?
Braylon Allen is that dude. Like out of Wisconsin, the only reason why he fell in the draft is because he like didn't do good at the combine. And I remember when he got drafted so late, he like put out a statement, and it was something along the lines of like, "Yeah, everyone thought I was bad at football because I didn't run in my underwear or something like that." Like Braylon Allen is such a good player.
Yeah, I think he'll have a breakout season, especially if they're splitting snaps. And I think they're going to just kind of keep Brees a little healthier. He's been a workhorse. Like obviously he had the injury, and like he's back now and he's back to 100. But I feel like they're just gonna run him into the ground and let him walk, or like give him like a split role and see if Braylon Allen's their future, and then if not, just re-sign him.
In my personal opinion, it makes no sense to pay running backs at all big money.
Correct.
Like ever.
Coming from the Eagles fan,
you will never win the Super Bowl the following year.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say coming from the Eagles fan who did that.
Sean, how are we feeling about the Packers?
I mean, it's kind of tough to say because It's the Packers. I mean, they only had those 2 seasons where Rodgers was hurt and old, where they like didn't make the playoffs. But since then, it's just been nothing but consistency. Like even this season, or well, last season I should say, where it was the big rebuilding year, they still made the playoffs and beat the Cowboys in the first round. Um, so yes, I mean they may not have a number one, but the only thing better than a number one is 19 number twos when every other team only has one number two.
Who's your best number two right now?
Uh, I mean, it's kind of tough to say because if the Packers didn't think Golden was a number one, they wouldn't have drafted him in the first round. So, I mean, you want to believe that Matthew Golden is going to be that guy, but I mean, if you looked at last year, I think it was Jaden Reed I think it was like number one in drop percentage, and then like number four was Wicks. So, I mean, they got to do something, and it's just going to be splitting the ball up and killing Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, it's Golden and then what? Dobbs still?
Golden, Reed, Dobbs. I know Reed had that. There was the whole thing with the meeting where he wasn't sure what his role is, but it seems like they resolved it from there. But I know that Love went to the rookie camp just to start doing things, and when he wasn't supposed to show up, he still did. So he's like trying to get that time in with the receivers.
Are the Packers gonna try and sign Randall Cobb again?
Oh, Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson just make my dreams come true.
Greg Jennings too while you're at it.
No, not Greg Jennings. He's only good on Madden.
Clay Matthews.
Oh, Clay Matthews. Didn't he was what year did he go into the Hall of Fame? Did he go yet or?
I feel like it might be like a year or two too early.
Yeah, it was 5 years after you retire, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think that's next year.
No, he's been gone, I think, longer than that.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe he's not built like that.
Gotta look it up real quick.
Yeah.
You know what Lil Wayne said though? I'm a cheesehead. Y'all cheese whiz.
Oh,
Inducted into the team Hall of Fame last year.
yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
He retired in 2022, so 2027.
Mm-hmm.
2020, really? He didn't play for 3 years and then he retired in 2022.
Yeah, he played his last. Oh, I forgot he played for the Rams.
Yeah, he played with the Rams his last.
Yeah, I think that's where he went. Is that where he went after the Packers?
Yeah, and then retired.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I thought everyone just goes to the Jets right after.
Yeah. And it's only
Green Bay
quarterbacks.
Jets, yeah, the New York Packers.
Giancarlo, did you see the MLB inductees next year for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's like Cliff Lee. It's like 6 outfielders.
The fact that I like recognize everyone like very quickly, I'm like, bro, I'm almost 30.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like for a while, like when I feel like watching like and following baseball because I follow it a lot, it was always like, oh, like look at these prospects, and they were always like older than me. And then it probably
That's how you know you got old.
in
When
the
it's
college,
when
yeah,
it's
in
the
like,
draftees could be.
but then it was like 5 or 6 years into Soto's career, and I was like, holy shit, like Soto's like 2 years older than me, younger than me, and like he's been playing since he's been 19. He's 7 years into the MLB, and I'm like, oh, this guy's like, damn, like we're old.
Yeah.
And then now you're looking at all these Hall of Fame inductees and who could be coming in or who just got inducted. Like CC, obviously, Sabathia, Ichiro this year, Billy Wagner. Like Billy Wagner was the Mets closer for me. Like that was my guy. Ichiro.
It gets tough when you start thinking about your childhood, and it's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
this guy's in the
Like,
Hall of
literally,
Fame.
like
I remember him.
it's all your childhood players that are up for the Hall of Fame. Like David Wright, they just had the Mets retired his number. And I was in Toronto for that for Dodgeball Toronto's Clash tournament, so I didn't get to go to it. But I was like David Wright's first game. I was at David Wright's last game. Like he was my boy. Like that was my password.
You guys are friends?
Yeah, best friends.
Holy shit.
My password to
Whoa.
everything was like David Wright 05.
Is it still David Wright
No,
05?
definitely not.
Start
Oh,
logging in.
okay.
Start logging in. What was your email back to my chance?
Jose Ray is one fan at AOL.com. So if you couldn't tell, I grew up on the left side of the infield playing third and shortstop, and it was Jose Reyes and David Wright.
Shout out Jose Reyes, Plumbing 2013. That was my guy back in the day.
You knew Jose in plumbing?
Yeah, you know our friend who just went to our high school?
I think so, yeah. Number one fan.
Number one.
Would you rather have Trent Grisham or Juan Soto?
Is that really a question?
Hey, Trent Grisham's been doing good this year.
He has, but like I feel like Trent Grisham's like good power, can always put up like 18 to 24 home runs. He has a really good glove, but then bats like 220 and does some dumb shit that pisses you off.
Honestly, I was not a fan of him until this year, and he's, I think, going to go for 30.
He could, especially at Yankee Stadium. Like he has that porch. I mean, I've always liked him as a like right like everyone. I feel like everyone thinks that like center fielders need to have pop or need to be a contact hitter or whatever it is, but like it's really your glove and your range. And like he was always a really good defensive center fielder. And then I feel like over the last like 5 years with the new launch angles and stuff, like all these center fielders are hitting for power and have a good glove, and he fits that role.
He's just like super nonchalant, so it looks like he's not trying.
Yeah.
So when he makes an error, it looks really bad. You're like, this guy makes how much money? He's not even trying out there.
Yeah, well, the good thing is you have Volpe on your team to make a bunch of errors, so like you forget about anybody else making errors. 'Cause
Yeah, he make
that man,
him and
I'm a
DJ.
casual baseball fan, and I saw a thing come up, and it was like the reverse of the All-Star team. So it was like the worst player at every position, and I saw Volpe on there, and I was like, "Damn, I've been paying attention for a long time."
I mean, he has all the tools, but like that's the same thing. Like Jeter was not a good defensive shortstop, and everyone just hyped him up to be, but like he led the MLB in errors. Like,
I have a framed picture of Derek Jeter on my keys. Don't you say that?
I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you.
Let me
He
get my keys.
he was a great player, but he was so overrated at shortstop defensively. And I feel like Volpe, because Volpe's not hitting well or like filling that captain role or hit like the clutch spots of hitting or make.
Speaking of the captain, right on my keys.
Yeah, I feel like that's why Volpe gets a lot more hate. Like they're both very similar with their glove, but Volpe's just not doing anything, and Jeter did everything else.
Yeah, his defense has been trash this year. They traded for Rosario. They traded
Yeah,
for Cabanero.
yeah, Ryan
But
McMahon.
he plays right field, makes an
Shouts out
error.
McMahon. Shouts out Ryan McMahon. That's if me and Ron got married because he'd take my last name.
What's his number?
Say that again.
What's his number?
Next question. I had so much time to research this too.
Marlins just swept the Yankees for the first time ever. So it's
Shout out
bad,
Derek Jeter.
bad feelings right now. And he's not in that ownership on that team anymore, I don't think.
He's like
No, it's been a couple years now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
He ran
Ever
that
since he
team
took the
like
slide out. He took the slide out and then he traded Giancarlo Stanton to the Yankees.
Shout out Giancarlo.
Yeah, it's my
Shout out
guy.
Mike Stanton, that kid from my high
Yeah,
school.
shout out Giancarlo Stanton, because otherwise people would still be mispronouncing my name if he stayed Mike.
Not Juicy G.
Juicy
JCG.
J. Juicy J, you mean?
JCG.
That story just came up the other day of why I have Juicy J on the back of a jersey. I blame Jeff.
All right, boys. Oh, wait, his what?
I blame his dad on why his name sounds like it does.
I mean,
Mr. Console.
yeah.
All right, boys, let's do our draft. So it took us a while to come up with this idea, but our draft will be 3-round snake draft. Drinks you would order at a bar. I will go last. You guys are my guests. Who wants to go first?
And we're assuming the three of us are together at this bar. It definitely influences one of my picks.
I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna know what I'm gonna order.
I know what you're gonna pick. But like,
we're gonna
say
say that for you. I'm totally gonna play to the crowd and just think of what, like, when I was bartending, what people would order.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
No, it's rock, paper, scissors this.
Okay.
Says shoot.
You ready?
Rock, paper, scissors says shoot.
Oh, Sean.
Okay.
All right, Sean, you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. I'm going pickleback shot number 1.
Pickleback. Well, that's good.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a nutmeg tradition.
Nutmeg tradition.
That's a Amanda Luce tradition.
That's anytime I'm at a bar with somebody and I'm buying a shot, you're getting a pickleback. No choice. I don't care how expensive they are at that bar. You're getting a pickleback.
All right, so my pick, it's going to be, I just want to drink a lot real quick. I know mixing is a bad idea, but sure, let's just dive right into it. I'm going to get an in on Long Island iced tea.
Damn. That's because we share
Love
those
a good
together.
lit. You know what? I gave you first because I figured it was a layup for you to just pick that.
To pick the LIT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, every time we go out, if we're going out and me and Sean are drinking, like, we're sharing an LIT to start the night. We did it like 4 times on Matt and Shannon's wedding cruise. Since then, it's just tradition.
There's like 2 number 1 picks for me, so I feel like it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. So I feel like Giancarlo are gonna get on this swing. But it's my turn. I will go peach twisted tea.
Oh, specifically peach.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick every
Shocker.
Twisted Tea?
Yeah.
And my second pick is half and half Twisted Tea.
I was gonna say half and half should have been first, easy though.
Nah.
Peach is definitely better.
Yeah.
Peach is my 1, half and half's my 2.
All right. So I'm specifically going off of when I bartended, how many of these I made. But my next pick, shout out the ladies, is a Malibu Bay Breeze.
Mm. I got fucking hammered at a party, or not a party. It was a wedding once, and I ordered like 14 of them.
Yeah, well, there's not much alcohol in there, not a lot of Malibu, so it probably took you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also ordering from my underage cousins.
He also only drinks Twisted Teas, so like any type of liquor, he's drunk.
My aunt and uncles were like, "Stop getting it for your cousins."
Yeah,
They're asking me. I'm being a good cousin right now.
a wedding drinks. My go-to wedding drinks a Tom Collins. Shout out Frankie, because he told me that at your wedding, and I think since then all I do is get Tom Collins at weddings.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's a little classier. My second pick, I'm just gonna go with the Surfside. They're like trendy, they're new, but like there's no carbonation, there's no bubbles, and I can just down them. Doesn't matter the flavor. You can just drink them all night. And my third,
last pick.
Yeah, last pick. I'll keep it traditional. I'll just go with the Jack and Coke. Keep it simple, keep it easy.
Okay.
Can't really mess up a Jack and Coke. Like if you put too much Jack in it, it's fine because it's Jack, and if you put not enough Jack, it's whatever. You just get another one, you get a double next time.
John?
All right, like I'm a big beer drinker, so typically I would, pick a beer, but I feel like we've got a certain kind of like pace genre we're going with here. Giancarlo started off with a shot, and classic shot of Fireball.
Oh,
shout out my sweetie.
I would say shout out Cassidy.
Yeah, shout out sweetie. Yeah,
ordering a whole ass
every
bucket.
time she threw a fireball shot at me, I'd be rich.
Yeah.
Every time I see her, there's a fireball shot. Like, here you go, take this.
Yeah. If I could put out a stipulation on this pick, because shouts out my sweetie, it's never just shot of Fireball. It's shot of Fireball for everyone that we see. Everyone in the group shot a Fireball.
I remember at Minnesota, we came back to the hotel and you guys finished the bucket and you put all the stickers on the bathroom door.
Oh, we just did that at our parents' house.
And Sweetie accidentally ordered like $200 of alcohol to the wrong hotel half an hour away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Minnesota,
yeah. And then also in Minnesota too, that was just what she ordered that night. You're forgetting about the other 300 that was just at the tournament itself. But we don't drink there.
Yeah, I've never drank at a tournament before in my life.
Never have drank at a tournament.
Never.
All right, so I have the last pick here. I thought you guys were going to go green tee shot.
You know what? If it wasn't for my bias I have here, that's probably what I would have done. Because if I was going strictly on like amount of them I made, that would have been my pick. But Fireball's for the culture.
Okay.
We figured we'd save it for you. It's probably like, the easiest drink for you to have other than a Twisted Tea.
Yeah. Because I feel like if we were at a bar, like if this whole thing was like us three are at a bar, Ryan would be like, I don't like that one.
Yeah, I don't want to do pickleback.
Yeah.
Wait, who's talking, Giancarlo or me?
Yeah. Are you gonna drive my truck in the morning?
I won't even be there, bro.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, I'll be there for sure. You're there.
No, you can't go. You got church.
I'd be like, Ryan, I haven't been in Nutmeg in a while. Like, come to the after bar. Like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll see you.
Just wait for me.
Semi-pro though.
Dude, I remember. Shout out Ron. You kept telling him that you couldn't go to the bar because you had church, and it took him like months to realize that you were actually going to church at 9:30 p.m. on a Wednesday.
He was asking me like what church I go to. I'm like, oh, it's this church in New Haven. All right, my last pick here. I'm just gonna go regular Twisted Tea.
Figured you weren't doing.
Wait, I thought that was already 3.
Yeah, that is my third pick.
Shot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My bad.
If I didn't,
I thought green tea was your pick. My bad.
No. If I didn't go original Twisted Tea, I'd probably do like a Sun Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Surfside Sun Cruiser.
I like Sun Cruisers better than Surfsides.
Yeah.
Cleaner logo. I like a lot of flashy
That's
colors.
fair. It is a nicer logo. Surfsides are like Sun Cruisers with a Gucci belt. I think that's what Lovey called it this weekend, and we got a good laugh out of it.
That's pretty sick. All right, let's recap Dallas. So, unfortunately, I couldn't make it, so I don't really know what happened. Unfortunately, you guys were not on the stream court, and no one's posted yet on YouTube, so I haven't been able to watch
I think we only had one game.
We had one game on the secondary stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and it was a belt to ask by outsiders.
and then I think that's all we had in general on the stream courts all day. I mean, local was on there, but we
I
also
did see, yeah, I did see you guys play. I forget I think you guys played like Swarm or something
we
like
played
that.
Onikuma on stream.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I guess very broadly, you guys want to talk about the foam
Mhm.
division?
Yeah, sure. We had 7 of us for this tournament. It was me, Sean, Miles, Nikki, Bo from the typical Flight Boys, and then we picked up Chris Wheeler and Aaron Goodwin from Atlanta. So we played Filthy first. In the second game, Chris unfortunately hurt his ankle. So we went down to 6 and we had 6 the rest of the game. So we beat Filthy 5-1, but we lost Chris in the second part. So hopefully
Oh,
second
damn, it happened in the first series.
first
Very
series,
first, I think
second game
second
was
game of
just
the first
like
series. Yeah.
Oh,
and it was just like, oh, like and like
Yeah. I think he got out from like he fell out of bounds, like twisting his ankle. I don't even think
yeah,
he actually like. I
like if
remember I
that.
was up, so I didn't see it, but it was like a very immediate thing.
And then that was it. He got hurt. So hopefully his ankle's doing okay. It's nothing too extreme, but like he wasn't able to walk on it the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we played Filthy. We came out of the gate strong. Filthy went into this tournament. They were only supposed to have 6, but because of all the flight cancellations and everything, they picked up 3 players from Bananarchy. So ended up having 9. Um, we had 6, and we kind of got into our groove at that point, I feel like. So I think our first couple games we were able to play a little bit like we had the energy to play strong. Um, and they had 9, so I think they were trying to figure out their rotation stuff. So we beat them 5-1. And that was like the first time slot of the day. And then we played Chicago Elegance next, which had Justin Thomas on it, and then Luke Finder, and then some of the Chicago boys. Ryan Brown was there, so
Shout out Ryan Brown.
it's so nice to
Gritted
meet
it
him.
out with a. I think he said he strained his calf or something like that up out in Stonewall.
Yeah, and still came and like just play, and you really couldn't tell that he was hurting. Like only
No,
really,
he said he couldn't run. He played at, like I said, I've played with him a whole bunch of times. That's what we do every single LGBT tournament with. And he looked like, like he really toughed it out there.
yeah, and it's always nice seeing him because he's just a great guy on and off the court, and he's just always fun to play against. He always has a smile, even if you like he gets hit, whatever it is. Like, and you could tell he was targeting Sean a little bit, like on his throws. So it was really fun to watch that and like just like the banter back and forth between us. So we beat Elegance, so we went up 2-0 pretty early, and then we played Pantheon in our third game.
Mm.
Pantheon's like Doug Bell's team out of Arizona. It's a lot of Cactus players. They had Ronk on it, and they had Gage on it for this tournament.
oh, they had Ronk on it too.
Yeah, and they were their
Mm.
corners.
Yeah, that was a corner.
And Ronk can whip one of these balls. Like his release on a ball is just crazy.
It's insane. I remember in Tucson, the guy had like 5 different arm slots.
Yeah,
Mm.
and like he can just if he needs to get a ball out quick, he can just get it out quick.
Yeah.
And
So my first time ever playing pinch was at the first nationals I went to, which was Minnesota. And Steve Decker was like, "Yeah, come on, like play pinch with me." And like he's someone that I have a lot of respect for because I would have never went to nationals if it wasn't for him inviting me. So like, you know what? Sure, like I'll play pinch with you. And was a Havoc, I think it was. We played them in pinch, and I remember someone hit me in the side of the head. It went this way. Someone hit me in the side of the head. It went this way. And Ronk charged me, nailed me right in the middle of the head. And then I hit my head on the ground when I fell back. And that was the only time I ever was like, yeah, I don't think this sport's for me.
Yeah, his arm is crazy. And
Yeah.
he gets some, and it's all like you said. He has 5 different slot angles. Um, there's like when he decides I'm just gonna throw this ball quick and straight and hard, it's like easily 75. And then when he's like, okay, I can throw a curveball, it's like a splitter that hits your toes. Like, so
I
lining up,
believe he got clocked at 78, if I remember correctly, in Minnesota.
yeah,
Not down it.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So him and Gage kind of just were able to control the court. They got a lot of offense out of their middles. We ended up tying with them 3-3.
Yeah, I think we went down 3-0, I believe
As
it
you
was,
said, we went
right?
down 3-0, and I think we just needed an adjustment. And the biggest
Yeah.
part of why, like, there was like 2 pop-up catches, which like obviously you can't
Yeah,
control.
Aaron, I remember the first 2 games, I believe it was Aaron lost on pop-up catches
Yeah.
as the last
Mm,
person left. And it was like, it happens to the same person, go figure.
Yeah. And that was also our first game that we really didn't have any shaggers. And I feel like, all right, like we were kind of feeling it a little bit. Like that's when the
Hmm.
fatigue set in, but like
Yeah, I
it
started
was,
playing more aggressive as like someone coming out of the middle, like pushing for when a ball was coming close for us because we weren't getting the balls from behind us. Let me try to at least do what I can, getting the balls coming in front of us. And I was just getting out early too because I
yeah.
wasn't really spreading that message along. That's what I was trying to do to compensate. So it's like we were kind of just like doing it to ourselves for most of the time.
Yeah, so that was like our game that we were like, okay, we need to like kind of figure some stuff out. We ended up tying them. Like they played a really good game. Their corners really held it down. They generated offense out the middle. Um, and then we were kind of like, okay, like we got to make adjustments. We're not going to get balls in shagging, or we got to get teams sitting to help us shag. And then we played precision after that.
Jeans,
Yeah,
jeans,
yeah,
jeans, jeans, and also Ben.
yeah. Jeans and
And Ben, and
Ben.
Ben,
That was
and
fun.
everyone else.
Yeah.
It's always fun playing precision, just because they're our boys.
Oh yeah.
It was really nice seeing Jeans out there. I will give him a shout out because like he hasn't really like yeah, obviously everyone knows him in Nutmeg. We know him on the East Coast.
Mm,
Slowly making a name for himself out here. Um,
yeah.
but I mean, like he looked good this weekend. Obviously, it's a learning
Yeah.
experience learning to play with a new team and like different court awarenesses and how people like play. But he looked good. He
Yeah.
got the middle a decent amount.
Yeah, he came up to me and he at one point was like, I think this is the best tournament I've played. And then I think it was 2 rounds before he played us. So then we actually got to play against him. And like I said, his movement was incredible playing against us. Like he does all the things that we know he does good in Connecticut, where it's like he's like the perfect rat player, where it's like he's moving around, he's drawing eyes, like he's like creating for like someone to get that ball that's just loose. And he was like making catches while he was doing all of that too. And like I said, I kind of agreed with him. It's probably the best I've seen him play at a tournament.
They were on the stream court, I believe, the very first series, and I watched it. And Jeans, no offense to anyone on Precision, but he looked like the best player in my opinion. And that
Yeah.
series looked really good. And it was funny because they didn't know who like Jeans was
Yeah,
because
and
they're
that's
just
kind of the big part of it too. It's it throws you off like that. You can do more when everyone's like looking down
Yeah,
on you.
so
yeah.
they're like trying to like announce his name though, like when they're commentating, and they're like, I don't know who that is.
Who is Carlos Pagan?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah. But it's true though, because like that's the thing is like when you see somebody you don't really know, it's like I like let me just target them early and like
Yeah,
and we
when he
can't how
snatches your
elusive he
shit
is.
like crouching down low to get it too.
Yeah, he's elusive. He knows when to go for a catch and not. Like I mean, obviously there's sometimes he reaches because he's still new, but like a lot of times his first instinct is
Yeah,
to dodge.
yeah. Every time he reaches to, you always see him like doing the thing like that where he's hitting himself on the head, like knowing he shouldn't have done that. So he's just
Mm.
got to get like those instincts going, and he'll be right there.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
shout out Jeans. Little teaser for next week. Jeans is going to be on Monday.
hell yeah.
Jeans.
Um, I told him he had to earn the nickname Jeans though this weekend. I think he threw a catch to me and I called him Los. He's like he kind of just looked at me and I was like, earn the Jeans nickname back.
Wow, so you're his papa right now.
No,
Oh,
not really. I mean, maybe, but no,
You caught him.
twice. But
Oh, who's
yeah,
counting though?
no, not me. Because he counts. It's always because he counts me. Every time I see him, I feel like he always catches me at nutmeg, and it'll always be like this wild catch. Like he had like the chicken wing on me in playoffs when I was
I
one,
remember exactly what you're talking about too.
and he came up to me. He's like, "Dude, that was like the best play of my nutmeg career." I'm like, "It stuck. I'm really mad at you right now. Don't talk to me." And then later on, he came up to me and we were talking. I was like, "No, like you played lights out in that series, so I'm not even mad. I'm just mad that you caught my ball." So I had to get him back. I had to catch him back because I feel like he's been catching me a lot in nutmeg when I come up there. But yeah, so we beat Precision. So I put us at 3-0-1 going into our final game, which was against Outsiders. And they exposed every weakness we had at that point.
Yeah.
Um, we didn't adjust right away on the rush, so we were sending two. They were beating us to the line, running a pitch, and then running a wave right away. Like they were just running a pitch and they knew they were faster and they were just hitting.
Yeah.
So they'd go and they'd hit whoever it was on the rush.
Yeah, it was either hit me rush or it hit who was it Miles
That
going
was
up
it.
for the
Yep.
pitch back. They hit one or the other, and then once they hit one of those, it would just get someone else.
It was normally a on the rush and then they'd wave like bow or something like that. So right off the rip, it would be a 6-on-4 and they'd normally get one of those balls back. So it's a 6-on-4 and we have 3D, but like now they're just playing super aggressive.
Mhm.
I'm
I think
assuming that Eli was setting up the pitch for Joe.
A lot of time it was Eric.
they were rotating it a decent amount. But yeah, Joe, Eric,
Yeah, I remember the first three. I think I rushed the first three, and I remember every time I rushed, it was Eric I was looking at when I looked up.
yeah.
Shout
And
out
they had,
Jones. That's why I drink Henny and ginger at the casino.
and they also had Nick DeChanko this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, they went up like 4-0 before we made an adjustment, and then we made an adjustment. And it really didn't do much. Like we went to grab three instead. But again, we didn't have any shaggers, so we are using Bo's friends to help us shag, which is great. Like
Oh,
Yeah,
from the
Bo's
cookout?
friends and our
yeah,
girlfriend.
Bo's friends from the
Yeah, hell
cookout were
yeah.
there. So we had Bo's friends and our girlfriend shagging for us. And we like explaining to Eris like we're like, okay, we're gonna take three and we're gonna knock one out to you, and you gotta give it to Bo right away. And he's like, yeah, yeah, for sure. And by the time like it would get knocked down, he'd be able to roll it to Bo. Bo was getting hit. Uh,
Yeah.
Did he throw it?
no, not even. Like, it didn't matter. Like
No,
he wasn't
just
doing a
kidding.
It
bad
wouldn't
job.
even have mattered, even if he like did every single thing right,
He
throwing
would
it
have
right.
had to like thrown it like 80 miles an hour to Bo's
Yeah.
chest. And Bo would have
No,
had to
no, no.
catch it
I'm
and
I'm
block it.
saying like Eris from the sideline just throws it at like Eli
Yeah,
or something like
I was trying
that.
to get him to sign up because, especially once we got to call-ups, like, we were pretty gassed not having subs. Not that we were
I don't
gassed.
remember who it was, but like one of Bo's friends was like midway through the game. They're like, "Yo, shag the ball," and he walked like 3 feet onto the court and just picked it up in the middle of the court.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Outsiders
Oh
beat
shit.
us 6-1 in round robin, I think, or 7-1.
7-1, yeah.
Um, and that was like, okay, like we were having a good day and now it's
We had to
ruined.
get humbled at some point.
But that was our last game before bracket. So it was okay, like we have to be able to make adjustments on the fly, which is what we weren't doing. And we kind of took that into brackets. So we're like, okay, let's go into bracket and just have a clean slate. We ended up seeding six. So we played Class, who we played in Minnesota last in foam. And they got the better of us in Minnesota. Ryan, did you play them in Seattle?
Class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we actually played them in the playoffs in the first round, and the
Yeah.
first game took forever, forever. And I was like, "Stick to the plan, boys. Like, they're gonna run their ways. We don't want to throw catches. I know that you guys just want to put it on them because this game is taking way too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up pulling it out. But that game was actually close for us. First,
Yeah.
it started off close actually.
Yeah. So we played them our first round of playoffs here too. Um, they got the better of us in Minnesota. We got the better of them in Seattle. Um, Similar play style. Like obviously they're a very good catching team. They can capitalize
Mm.
on our mistakes a lot. So we really just had to play within ourselves and play our game and not like feed into their
Yeah.
play styles.
Yeah, and all the games too. They also were, like from what you're saying, they were all really slow too.
Yeah. Um, so we ended up beating them 3-2, I think.
Yeah, it was
Hmm.
literally it was anyone's game the entire time.
So it was a good series against them. And then we got outsiders in the quarters. Um, and they were the 3 seed, so we were the 6 seed. Um, and yeah, I think they beat us 6-1. And we definitely made the adjustments, so it's definitely a closer matchup. Like it wasn't
Hmm.
like it came down to like us not closing out a couple points. Like it probably could
Yeah,
have been like a 5-2
yeah,
or
yeah. I
3.
remember like game two, I lost like a 1v1 at the end, and it's like that's literally one thing that could have just swung momentum, but it was just like every single thing was like little things like that where we were right there, but then we just
Yeah,
weren't there.
we played a much better second game against them. I mean, like I said, they're just so talented, right? Like
Yeah.
they were
Oh yeah, and
probably
they like I said, and they are the definition of why you have chemistry with a team.
yeah. Um, the power levels that Dodgeball Live uses, they were like they're the projected winners, and
Mm.
um, so going into it, obviously we know like okay, like this is a good team. Like we're gonna have to play a perfect game to beat them. We're gonna have to
Mm.
capitalize on their mistakes, and play our game and our play style. Um, and they played a really clean game against us, so
Yeah.
we really had that opportunity.
Yeah, it's hard to capitalize on a team that works so well together and makes no mistakes.
Yeah.
And they've been playing together forever too.
Yeah.
And like Danchenko is like their sub, but like he just fits into any role they really ask for him. So he can go and do the rush and then just play out the middle, or he could take corner. And he kind of just fits right in with that team.
He played really well in mix. I don't know if you guys want to talk about it afterwards, but there was a series. It was Swarm against Chaos on the stream court for semis, and it was a 1v1 against Jeff. And Nick closed out, and that entire series, Nick was fucking cooking.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch much of that game. Um, that was semis or quarters? I think that was quarters.
I
I think it was quarters because we were playing at the same time. Semis was Chaos versus Onikuma because finals was Outsiders versus Onikuma.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Those quarters because we were playing at the same time then, so I didn't get to watch much of that game. I just remember walking over and hearing that I had to ref Chaos versus Onikuma. Um, and I was like, oh, like I went over to Jeff and I was like, oh, it was like like I didn't really see much. And he was like, oh, Nick played a really good game. Like,
He fucking killed it.
yeah,
And then also Luke Feiner had a double catch.
Yeah, I saw that clip that Justin reposted that clip today when he was like
I think it was against us. Are you
yelling.
talking about mixed or was it against us?
This
No, it
is
wasn't
me.
mixed.
No, this is
Oh,
against
wow.
me.
I think he had a double catch against us too.
Yeah, he
What?
did. He did. I think it
Yeah,
was
because
we played him
I
in foam
flew
and
out Sunday morning, so I didn't see any of mix, and I
we
was like, wait a
played
minute, I
foam
saw
and
Luke
cloth,
have a
I
double
think.
catch.
Right? We played them in cloth too.
Yes,
Elegant.
I think it
Yeah.
was in cloth. I think it
It
was
was in
what
cloth and
ended
a
the
double
game in
catch.
cloth. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we can get into that in a second. But yeah, basically like I mean, Luke, that Justin was screaming on that headset, listening to that replay. I was just like, Justin, my guy, like I'm as hype as you are, and that's why I'm not on. I don't get on the headset because like I would react the same way, and it'd be way too loud for me.
I'm definitely swearing too. There's no way I'm not
Yeah, that's
swearing.
the thing is the fact that no one cursed or anything on that. I would have been like, you know what, beep beep.
I commentated in Boston for one round, and I was so quiet because I'm like, I'm a truck driver, bro. I swear all the time. Like, I don't want to, fuck up here.
Yeah, but it ended up being Shred Outsiders in the finals, and Shred won 6-2. Um, So, and Shred, like I said, Shred played a really good finals game there. Um, so, I didn't get to watch too much of it. But yeah, they played a really good game. But yeah, since we didn't have subs during that time, it was like we didn't have to ref that game, or I didn't have to ref that time slot. So that's when I went to grab food, and I meant to be quicker with it, but I got lost walking in the mall. So
Oh, you want to talk about it?
we can.
Yeah, this is what I love to talk about. So instead of paying attention to any of the playoffs for foam, which most of the country cares the most about, I went to the Rainforest Cafe. So at the Rainforest Cafe, I could share pictures if you would like. They had very lovely chairs that had all of the animals' legs on the chairs right around the bar. So sat down in a nice frog leg chair, got a nice Corona Rita, ate the pot roast at Rainforest Cafe. If you're wondering, does not give you superpowers. It gives you toilet powers.
Diarrhea.
Yeah, toilet powers. Yeah. Yeah. But I will say it was very nice. I saw three thunderstorms while I was there. I saw someone making balloon hats. I was gonna ask for one, but I got scared because I can't talk to adults.
Was it a girl?
Oh God, no. Oh, God, I would
Oh,
not even have looked in that direction. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Uh,
true.
but I would say out of all of the rainforest cafes, I would give it an 8.73 out of every rainforest cafe I've been to.
Better than Minnesota.
Better than Minnesota, definitely.
Yeah, I
Rainforest,
wasn't.
the one in Minnesota just had like your normal like steel bar stools.
Yeah,
This was like designated frog legs I sat in.
yeah, and so I went to the Rainforest Cafe to bring Jess ibuprofen because I get a text like my mouth's hurting. So I was like, okay, like where's the Rainforest Cafe in this mall? Like it'll be 2 minutes. I'll get that, and I'll stop and grab food on my way
Yeah,
back.
it was about five buildings down, five
Um,
like stores down.
and and so if you've never been to the venue, it's at the
Grapevine
Grapevine.
Mills Mall.
So when you exit the field house, there's a quick left, and then there's like straight, and then to the left. And so I was like, where is it? She goes straight and to the left. So I was like, okay. So I'm thinking it's not the first left, it's the second left. So I go that
Yeah,
way.
she meant straight through the venue, not straight through when you
Yeah.
walk out of the venue.
Yeah. So I walked out and I go straight into the left and I'm walking and I'm like, this feels really far. So I
Yeah, I
checked.
don't remember a Chili's on my right when I went there the
Yeah.
last
So I
time.
checked Find My Friends and I saw that Sean was complete opposite side of the mall of me. And I was like, oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
and then we invited Tree, and like 5 minutes after he left, and then she got there like 5 minutes before
I think I
he
saw every
left.
single store in that mall. There was a cut through that was like closed off, so I couldn't go
Yeah,
there.
every single cut through in the middle like was just done. It was closed.
Closed. Like couldn't get through, couldn't get into it. So I walked all the way around. I saw every single store. I saw the Chili's.
Mhm.
There was like a beef jerky store that I was gonna walk into, but I was like,
Oh,
Mm.
I want to get back and watch the finals. I want to get food. Um, so I finally got to the Rainforest Cafe and like I didn't I saw like the bar from the outside on the side, and I went to go in that way, and I realized you couldn't. And then there was like a store. So you had to walk through like a whole store. It was like
That's how they get you.
animal tracks to like get through the store. That's where like the balloon animal was.
is it
Like
like Cracker Barrel?
kinda, yeah.
Very close. Yeah. Shout out Brad's wife.
Um, and then yeah, I had to just walk into
Who?
Oh, if you know, you know. Look it up. It's old internet lore.
Okay. It's like I don't know, Brad.
but yeah, so I basically got lost in this mall trying to find this Rainforest Cafe. Saw the chairs. Sean's like, "You want some of my pot roast?" And I was like,
That was a
No."
really good impression of me.
And I was just like, I'll just
That's
take
spot on.
I'll take a potato and I'm gonna go. And Tree's like, how are you just getting here? You left like 10 minutes ago. And she's like, take a shot first. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go. I want to
Wait,
go
Tree
get
drinks?
no. Um, yeah, so then we ended up I got back and I was like, all right, cool. I can't wait to watch the end of the finals. Like it's probably the end. And I got there and they were giving Shred the medals. And I was like, oh. So I saw the first point of finals and that was about it.
And they've had enough. You don't got to see anything.
I think after like the fourth game of that series, you could kind of tell it was over.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to watch as much as I wanted to. I saw, like I said, I saw the first point and that was it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be quick, and I was not quick.
I want to say like the second or third game was a swing game. I think Shota was in, and he didn't close out, and it took a lot of momentum. If I'm remembering correctly, I watched pretty much from 9 a.m. on Saturday all the way through. We did a nutmeg watch party,
Yeah.
and then Sunday had at 10 a.m. and then pretty much all the way through too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was weird-ish, for the not that it was weird, but it was new for this weekend is there was like 8-minute breaks between matches.
7 minutes.
8?
It was seven.
It was 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I talked with Dustin earlier in the day, and he was talking about like he wanted to do like see how it would affect things like throughout like in prep for nationals.
Yeah. So
Huh.
they were doing 30-minute time slots instead of like 25 or anything like that. So
Oh.
now
Yeah.
instead of playing 6 rounds where we're playing 5 rounds, but instead of it being 15-minute games with 3 minutes and no block, it's 20-minute games.
Yeah.
With
It's more of like the push from like, like you see how the international schedule is, or like how Canada tournament is for like we're trying to cater more to like who's doing it better than us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they kind of did something similar to that in Seattle where we played
Yeah.
the double elimination, but the series were like I think 20 minutes or 25 minutes.
Yeah. So these are 20-minute games, 3 minutes and no block, and then 7 minutes to get to your courts. So it was nice the games you were playing because you'd have time to break it down. Like back to backs, it was nice.
Hmm.
But like when we had our breaks and we were reffing, like I was like, oh, like that
Yeah.
felt a little long. I definitely like a little bit longer of a break than like
Yeah.
Boston round. Like we literally would finish our game and we'd have to like sprint to the next court to get ready to go. Or like if it
Yeah.
was like a no block game, we had no time to get there.
Yeah, so I know like from like from my understanding of like talking to like the organizers and things like that, it's trying to find the happy medium. It's like how do we create a schedule that matches to like how well like the Canada tournaments do it, for
Yeah.
example. So we know we have situations where we're rushing, and we know like this sort of situation ended up to be a situation where we had too much time. So like
Yeah.
how
I
can we
also
find a happy middle? Like I said, this was a trial, and like I will say, like, from talking to Dustin every time I've been around as like someone who was involved who isn't anymore, like that dude fucking tries his absolute ass off. Like,
yeah.
so he asked me so many things, and like I said, like he cares now more than I cared at my peak. So like if
Yeah.
anyone had like,
Care more.
yes, it was a little bit more of a break, but like this was just a trial. Like
Yeah.
like there's so
No.
much better things to come if we keep him involved.
Yeah, and also as someone who organizes tournaments and leagues and stuff, I thought it was pretty smart because like now you have these built-in buffers, but if for some reason you start
Yeah.
falling behind schedule, you can
Yeah.
start cutting out time in these buffers.
Exactly.
And
Because I remember like when me and Watkins used to run things too, it would be like, the tournament would end. It's like, oh shit, we're 6 minutes behind. And you'd hear the intercom be like, okay, 2 minutes left. And then 15 seconds to go by. Okay, 1 minute to go to your next court. And then like 15 seconds to go by and be like, all right, game starts in 15
yeah.
seconds. Like, that wasn't for no reason.
And you're just trying to like shave time off without people
Yeah.
announcing at that point. And now it's like
Yeah.
these 7 minutes, like they're announcing like 7 minutes to get to your courts. They can quickly, like after a round, they could be like 5 minutes. And I don't think anyone
Yeah.
would bat an eye.
Yeah. And also too, like it might have happened and we didn't notice because there were times I feel like I got there quicker than others. Like if I say, hey, 5 minutes to go left, do you just walking around talking to your friends know the difference between 5 minutes and 3.5 minutes?
No.
Because I sure as hell don't.
No, yeah. I would normally just like kind of chill until I heard like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what the like when me and
I was
Alex
like,
were
cool,
around,
like
like that's what we did too. Yeah.
the game would end, we'd talk about it for a couple seconds, we break it down, we break our team chant down. It's like, okay, cool. I can go refill my water bottle, I can whatever, go grab a snack, whatever I have to do, go get more chalk. And then it would normally be like, okay, like when I hear 2 minutes left, I'll go to the court or or 5 minutes, like depending, right? If we played back to backs, I wouldn't necessarily, I'd go with 2 minutes left. But if we had a game off, I can go back and start warming up because I hadn't thrown in a while.
5 minutes too. You can probably get like a quarter of the way to Rainforest Cafe.
Um,
Yeah.
well, if
I
you
would have been there. He would
I
have
say if you
been.
were told the directions right away, you could have gotten there in 5 minutes. But yeah, so that was foam. Cloth, we had a half-hour break after foam in the cloth. So like I got back, I rushed back to watch. I saw nothing for the men's finals. Like the last, I was like, oh, it was over. And then we had a 30-minute break. So I rushed back for nothing. I definitely could have had a drink at the Rainforest Cafe and gave it a better review of it.
And maybe one more potato.
Definitely one more potato. Those potatoes are fire. And Sean
Really
brought them
potatoes.
back, but at that point, like that's leftovers in a styrofoam container. Like
Yeah.
had it.
So what I said before, I also did not waver from that pot roast. I did finish it after we were done playing cloth for the record.
Um,
Hell yeah.
Killed the leftovers.
so we went into cloth at
Like my Chipotle.
3
RIP in peace, those leftovers.
But we played Elegance first, so we had another matchup against Elegance, and we again we only had 6 for cloth. We lost Nicky for it because he refuses to play cloth, and we picked up Kyle Baker from Connecticut.
Smart man.
And we were like, yeah, so smart, but also like we needed a sub. At least he shagged for us for a little bit, so that
No,
was
he's talking about Nikki saying no.
Yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. But he's not a smart man for that. He could have played. His hands are bigger than mine. Can confirm. We checked it out this weekend, so he definitely could have played. But
Are they bigger? Are they both bigger than Dylan's though?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever measured my hand with Dylan's hand. But he can also throw a cloth ball and grip it, so it doesn't matter.
Mm. Yeah, he do
Um,
got that grippy, even with them little fingers he's got.
but yeah, so Nikki shagged for us, which was a huge help. We picked up Kyle Baker and we played Elegance, and we came out and we kind of like, let's just have fun and let's not really play traditional cloth. Let's just like run and throw balls and not really care about ball.
Yeah, foam style cloth.
Yeah, I
And
said that's pretty much what cloth is, no?
yeah,
Foam style
You just
cloth is the best way to score points against teams who have no idea what they're doing, but it's the easiest way to lose against a team that knows how to play cloth.
yeah, like we didn't play. I think our first game against Elegance, maybe one game went to the end of time, the end of 3 minutes to get
Yeah.
a point. Like
Yeah,
we
because
were
like I
just
said,
going and dumping balls and like hoping we'd hit somebody.
yeah,
And
because
it was
cloth,
working
you
at
don't play
first.
to win, you play to not lose. Like, and
Yeah,
we're gonna win everything.
we were just playing to throw balls. Like it was just
Yeah,
like they'd go and they'd have 3 balls and they'd throw
yeah.
one and we'd throw all 3 right back at them, like
Yeah.
just immediately. And
Because
did
I
it.
think the only people who actually cared, like want to do something in cloth are me and Miles.
I
Yeah,
think both taking it more serious now too, but I think
Mhm.
you're right.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, I'm definitely starting to like it a little bit more the more I play with these balls. The old USA balls I couldn't grip. The nipples would shift.
Yeah, oh, that was
Oh,
the worst part of the old
Cloth like
USA
would like
ball.
separate. So like if the nipple was here, the whole foot would be like over here. So you could never grip
Yeah,
it.
it's like the outer coating would separate from the inner bladder. So like I remember like when I was doing stuff for USA, it's like, okay, I need to turn this fabric around to try to find this nipple to just reinflate this ball. Oh yeah, that's probably a perfect example.
Yeah, like I have one of the old cloth balls, and it's actually like the nipple's still there, but it's also hella deflated. But like the skin is moved, like it moves so
Yeah,
much more.
they're entirely separated.
so you guys like the
Um,
new balls better or the old
yeah,
balls?
no, the new
New
balls.
one's much better.
Okay.
Um,
I feel like it's very 50-50 now.
Yeah,
I like to ask people.
I liked the old balls because like I have like like I'm a carpenter, so I have a very good hand strength, and I have like on the larger size hands, so I can grab them very good and squeeze it very good, so I can like one hand fake, which with the old
I can't
balls,
do that.
not many average person could do. But now with these balls, they just like everyone can kind of do that if they really
I
want
still
to.
can't do that.
Really.
Some of them, but I mean, like that was like I think we played Anarchy, our second game.
Mm.
We lost them like 8-4, and Miles got out early, and he was playing right corner. So next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, just play right." I was like, "Okay," and we call it pump. It was like pump one and then throw, and I pumped and I spiked the ball like at
Yeah.
like 3 feet in front of me and got an invalid throw warning right off the rip.
Hmm.
And how cloth works is once your team gets one invalid throw warning, like the rest of
That's it
them,
after that. Yeah.
Then it's all 5, right?
out.
No, that's
Oh, it's an out.
So what you're probably thinking of, Ryan, is with a full start, it's all 5 balls.
Oh, okay.
So we got an invalid throw on like literally the first play of the game.
Yeah,
Like,
once you invalid throw, it's a team warning. So after that, anyone who invalid throws, it's an out there.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so we played Anarchy and we lost 8-4. We played a really good game against them.
Mhm.
But like they're cloth players, right? Like they know the rules,
Um,
know like when to milk the clock, when not to milk the clock with numbers and stuff. And we don't really know that. Um, and
So
like,
you're playing against Brandon Kelly,
yeah, Brandon, Armando,
yeah.
um,
Well, they had
Mikey?
Tim and Will Beathard too.
they had the Bethard brothers. Yeah, Mikey wasn't there. They had the Bethard brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but also like that's I mean, if you can get any cloth player, Will Beathard is who I want.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
They all know the rules and they're all playing and like they understand the game. They're like, they'll get a hit and they'd be like, oh, +1. Oh, 2 minutes left. Like we're +2. It would be like 90 seconds left. And they'd be like, okay, like 90 seconds, we're up 2 players. Let's slow it down. Meanwhile, like we were just like, we made the adjustments against them, and realized, But yeah, we lost to them 8-4, and then we went and played back to back against Berserk, and we lost to them 8-6. And
Yeah. But it was just I remember the Berserk game was just like a sloppy game. I remember got irritated that game too. And I remember after that I was in the huddle and I was like, look, like I get we're phone players, but like we could like no, we just were there every single game against Anarchy. Like, we beat Outsiders a game after too. It's like, like we can beat cloth players if we want to. Like, so let's
yeah,
beat cloth players. And then like I said, we locked it in and we beat Outsiders the series after.
yeah, so we lost to Berserk, and they're just a really good catching team, which makes a big difference, obviously in cloth. It's a two-player swing, and we're playing numbers and playing time. And then yeah, we played Outsiders and we beat them 10-6. So like we kind of got our shit together, and we are like, oh, like we got to play numbers, we got to play smart, like it's a late game, like if we're down a person or two late game, like I was kind of
Yeah.
settling for the catch a little bit more, like just playing a little
Yeah.
bit faster.
Yeah, and like I said, I know Outsiders. Outsiders is a team that like turns it absolutely on during playoffs. So like, I'm not saying like, oh, we beat Outsiders in like a way like that because like I'm not. They probably weren't like putting 100% in there, knowing that like it's largely a foam team. But like that was a kind of like felt like a get right game for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got it, kind of got our like we really we were playing cloth like how you should play cloth in that
Yeah,
game, and it was like okay, like we could be good at cloth, like if we actually cared about it.
exactly. It was
I
a
like
lot of
the
stuff where it was
transition.
like it was lazy stuff where it was like cloth. You like I said, I say it all the time to everyone in Connecticut. I try to teach you don't play to win, you play to not lose. So if you're being lazy and just turning your body to the slides and getting hit, like your life matters. Like that is the most important thing of playing cloth. So like if you don't want to be there and play like you're playing in foam, if you move like you move in foam, that's probably the most important thing you can transfer over between the two ball types is just the staying alive part of it. So, like I said, a lot of our team, like specifically like in that Berserk series was sluggish. It was like one ball throws that was just a slight turn, wasn't even trying. It's like, look, like you don't want to be here. Like we can get people who want to be here, but like we can do this. Like we're capable of doing this.
Yeah. And that outsider series, we put it all together. Kyle had a couple of really good, nice catches in the outsider series that gave us good
Oh
scores. He
yeah.
looked pretty good that series. And he was just a great teammate to have, right? After that, we played Bloodline, and that was our last round robin.
Hmm.
So we beat them. So we went in, what, 3-2 going into playoffs.
Yeah, something like that.
But like Kyle was like the ideal teammate to have, right? Like the middle
Yeah.
ball, like we were getting beat to the middle ball. Like, like it was mostly me doing the rush or if I
Mhm.
needed a breather. Or like it was me or Bo, and it would be like, hey Kyle, can you run one? It's like, okay, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? Or like, hey, we're gonna throw this pitch to you. Like, just whatever
Yeah.
Max Remy did. It was like no
Yeah,
question.
Kyle was basically like a sponge. Like basically every single thing that we said, he just took it in and did that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, he definitely came up big in key moments. And then so we went 3-2, we went to the playoffs playing filthy. Um we, I mean that was a good matchup, right? Like
Yeah,
we match up really well against them without going into much detail. Like
yeah.
they ended up being a 6-4. But that it should have been a different outcome.
Just leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean they had the dude from Argentina who's on like the cloth team for Argentina play, and he was pretty good.
Mm.
Um and they had fresh arms too, so it was nice. Uh,
Yeah.
I just tried
Yeah.
to play Noah from them. That was my goal for going into cloth was to try to take Noah and have him play with us because we only had 6 and they had 8.
Yeah.
And then they beat us in playoffs. So
Yeah. So Noah made the right choice.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and then they lost to Anarchy right after that, I think.
Yeah. No, our game was heated, but like I said, no disrespect to Philly. Like we love all
Yeah,
those guys. It was nothing like that. I think
yeah.
they know that too.
Uh, all right. So
Um,
Sean, you didn't play mix, but Giancarlo, you did. So do you want to talk about that?
yeah, mix sucked. Not really.
Yeah.
Mix,
Sunday
Damn.
after a tournament always sucks.
Damn.
um,
Fuck my team.
no. So Sunday, obviously, right? We played all day Saturday. We had no subs. Um, Local was not your normal local team. We
This
had,
looks like my chance to pee.
yeah, go ahead. Um, we had me, Nikki, Joanna, as our like normal local members, and Emily Fishman who's been playing with us. She played with us now 2 times. And we picked up Kara, we picked up Bo, and we picked up Carlos Romer. Um, so all of our guys played with no subs all day on Saturday. So we were all kind of cooked. We also got to the venue like 5 minutes before our first game, and I think 3 of the players were either still drunk or still asleep when we started the game. Like
Yikes.
I was on the court putting my shoes on when we did opening rush. So like, like it was whatever. But I mean, he's fine. Like, right, obviously, like first game, early morning, who cares?
I
We
think that's what everyone's just trying to wake up,
Yeah, so we came
honestly.
out slow. We played against Boop Boop. And we won the first point with only 5 people on the court, and then I don't think we won a point after that against them. I think they beat us 3-1.
They looked really
And
good the whole tournament.
they looked great, and Connor and Nick were throwing the ball like they had gotten there an hour early and warmed up and stretched and looked fine and take care of their arms and you know, so they looked
Because
really good.
they definitely did, because that's what they did in Seattle.
Yeah, and they also don't they didn't Heist didn't play cloth. John Gatlin and Dave played with Anarchy. So Heist didn't play cloth, which definitely like, the wear and tear. I was sore. Like it was definitely a hot tub Saturday night going into Sunday. Like, okay, I'm sore. Like I don't want to do this. Like how do I rebound and be ready to play? So we played local played boop boop first game. We lost 3-1. And I was like, okay, guys, like let's wake up. Like good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
Um, so then we lost that game. We played precision. We tied them. We went up 2-0. Um, and that's when Jeans was lined up against me in corner, a couple points, which was fun. Cause like normally we line up against each other in the middle and we see each other in the middle. So to see him shift and play corner and Prelusion was pretty cool. Um, they went up 2-0. They came back and they tied it 2-2. And I think that was the final score. It might have been 3-2. Don't quote me on it. Um, and again, it was kind of just like, okay, what are we doing? Like, how do we play dodgeball at this point? Like, are we awake yet? Is everyone's better now?
Every Sunday of a 2-day tournament is,
Yeah,
bro.
are we ready to play? Because it is like it's a long day. It's a long Saturday, especially not having subs. And it took our first 2 games kind of like gel on the court. So we lost 3-2 to Boop Boop. We tied 3-3 to Precision, and then we played Onikuma on stream. And that's just a really solid team. Like we had everything together at that point. We played a much better game. But Onikuma's just they're such a good team.
Who's Onikoma? It's that's Dan the Fernalds and Chaz, right?
It was Dan Alport, both Fernalds, Chaz, and then their girls was Luann, Ashley,
Oh,
Jesse,
jeez,
And
and
Sarah.
Sarah Wood. Yeah.
she's solid.
So that
And
was a
Sarah and Ashley got and Jesse got two on Saturday.
yeah. So that was a super solid team. That was probably one of the better Onikuma teams that we've had to go up against that we've got to play. And they looked really good. They just, they all kind of gel really well together. And same thing, like we had a couple, like, it was a couple of points back and forth that we didn't close, but they played a really well game. We lost 4-2 to them. And then we went and we played TFO, which we tied. And then we played Elevation as our last game, and we lost to them 4-3. So we went 0-3-2 in round robin. Um,
But
yeah, exactly. And it was kind of just like we are so talented, like what's going on? And it was just like, are we getting on the same page? Or we just, like obviously we're sore, we're defeated. Um, the Onikuma game we felt like we played well. TFO, we played a little sloppy, but we just had a lot of closeouts. And then Elevation we played well. Elevation, we weren't mad that we lost. It was just like, okay, like we can hang, we can compete, like we're good, but it's playoffs time. Like let's just go. Because I think we went down 3-0 to Elevation and we tied it 3-3 and then they won the last point.
You
Um,
guys had a tough schedule. I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, we definitely had a pretty tough schedule. I think also like chemistry, like I said, chemistry, like waking up, all that. Um, but like to me, like, and that's what we talked about after our last game. I was like, okay, who cares what we did in round robin? Like now we're all on the same page. We were sinking against Elevation. I was like, let's just go into bracket like it's a new day. Like I know we're all fatigued and everything, but let's just push through it. Um, so we went to bracket and we played Anarchy first round. We ended up beating them 4-3, and that was like a long, long game. Our
Who's
ladies,
who was on Anarchy for this?
Anarchy had Armando, Brandon, John Gatlin, Will, um, and then the ladies were Laj, Lovey, and Abby. So they were a solid team, and they, so we kind of came into it. We're like, who it's playoffs? Like at this point, like our roster's talented. Like if you look at our roster on paper, we're talented enough to make a deep run. So it was kind of like, okay, it's playoffs. Let's put this shit together and let's just go. Like forget about the rest of the day and let's just go. Um, so we went up. Kara played amazing. Emily Fishman played amazing. Joanna played amazing. Like our girls are what kept us in. So we made some adjustments. I was taking the pitch. And if for the most part, I hit off the pitch, and then if I was getting, it'd be like one or two players out the middle, and then I get out, and then one of our girls would end up catching me back in late game. Or like whoever really, particularly whoever was taking the pitch and that happened to, like, and Bo was on one. I think Bo at one point in the left corner, he hit like just five in a row. Like,
Hey, we guys playing no staying?
yeah, right. Posting, yeah, but
Boasting
literally
and boss.
it was 1-0. It was like the first game we're up 1-0, and Bo's like, I'm throwing until I get hit. And I'm like, as long as you hit, Bo. And it was just like hit through a block, hit through a block, hit through a block. I was like, all right, Bo, here you go. Like, here's the ball. Here's the ball. Like, I'll just step off whatever you gotta do. So Bo was just on one. Like I said, our ladies were huge, big clutch catches to bring us into it. We went up 3-1, and then they hit out our last player to make it 3-2 with like 6 seconds left on the clock to make a no block game happen. And then that no block game went a really long time. Almost all of our games are down to like 1-on-1s, 2-on-1s. Um, so that brought it down to like whatever it was, like a 2-on-1. They ended up winning that game to make it 3-3. And then we played a 3-minute regular game that went to no block, and we won in no block there. Um, and it was like right before no block, Emily caught out, I think it was Brandon. I have to watch it back. I was out, I was shagging. Well, I wasn't shagging because I was one in the queue, but I was shagging. Um, and I just remember like turning to take a sip of my water, and then I turned back and Emily just caught a ball, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in. Like, oh, this is a game that, like, we can close this out now. But yeah, our ladies definitely carried us in that series with how they played. They played amazing. Um, so we beat Anarchy, and like it was nice. It felt good because I was like, okay, we're talented enough. Like, this is how we should have been playing all day.
Yeah,
Um,
it's always good to get that upset win to like give you momentum in
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah. And then we went to Elevation in quarters. And Elevation had this dude that wasn't the Polson brothers, and I don't know his name, and I wish I did, and I wish I introduced myself to him afterwards. I'm not even kidding. Between our round robin game and our playoff game against him, I think he had 20 catches.
Oh shit.
Like,
Did he play in Minnesota?
I don't think so. I want to actually, I'm gonna look at the
We'll have
roster.
to look at the roster, yeah.
But this
I don't know
dude,
his name, but there was a guy with blonde hair in Minnesota who caught everything. And I saw him again on stream this weekend. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the same person.
elevation, uh, it might have been Nico Greenery, looking at like their roster.
Mm.
But when I tell you this guy was catching everything, I mean like literally everything, and he didn't care who it was or how hard they threw. Like, there was a point where Bo was probably like 15 feet away from him, and like he was kind of caught in no man's land, and he realized, and instead of like trying to dump his ball at Bo or anything, he just like squared up and went for the catch. And there was like the one time that like we threw a ball and hit him in the body that he didn't catch.
Wow.
But like I hit him on like he came up the counter, and I hit him on an away, like point blank, like 10 feet away. I was like, oh, I totally have him catch. Like it was nothing. I was just like, oh, okay. But I'm not even kidding. Like, he probably had 20 catches between our round robin and our playoff game against us. Like, he was just insane.
Damn.
We lost to them 3-1. I know it was again like a lot of like just like clutch catches. Like, I think we played very well against them. So I think playoffs like was much, much, much better. Um, but yeah, and that was the thing going into that game. We're like, okay, guys, we have to win because we don't want to ref two more games today. And they just played better than us, and we had to ref two more games.
That was your motivation.
Yeah, that was I didn't, and because that's the thing is I ref almost every game as a head ref. This tournament, I was like, okay, guys, like, do we mind splitting it up? And everyone was pretty cool with it, so I was thankful for that because I actually had time to like get a break and eat and stuff. But going into playoffs, I was like, guys, like, thanks, but I'll do playoffs because like I'm the captain. I owe it to you guys for helping me all day. So I was like, that was definitely my motivation because I didn't want to have to ref two games as a head ref on a stream court for the next hour because that's not always fun. You make a mistake and you definitely feel it after, but
Really?
a little bit, maybe a little bit. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I enjoy wife reffing it because then you really get to watch it and break it down analytically. Like, oh, like in this moment here, like as you're counting burden, it's like, oh, what they should do this. What are they actually going to do? Um, so that was fun. And then Outsiders played Onikuma in the finals for that. And it was a back and forth match. Outsiders went up early. Onikuma came back pretty strong, and then Outsiders just won it.
Yeah, it was tough. There was first two games. In my opinion, I thought Onokuma should have won, but they didn't. And then I literally just had the schedule up. I'm trying to remember what the score is. I believe they lost by 2 or
I
3.
think final score was 5-3, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, there was two swing games that I definitely thought that Onakuma should have won. I think it was like a catch to bring
It was
someone in.
4-2, 4-2 final score.
4-2. There was like a 1-on-3 too that they ended up losing, but if they just win one of those, then it's 3-3. And
Yeah, yeah, that's a completely different game. But yeah, I mean, it was still a good series to watch and ref.
yeah, I mean they killed it all day. So
Yeah,
shout out them. Shout out the girls Ashley and Sarah for getting 2 medals on Saturday.
yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much the recap. Obviously, I love these tournaments. Like this is my fourth tournament weekend in a row. So I'm a little excited to take a break, but like I did Boston and then BDL the next day, and then I did Toronto, which was the 3 day, and then I had semi-pro the weekend after. I had kickball Friday, and then we had semi-pro dodgeball Sunday, and then this. So I'm a little excited to take a little bit of a break and not have to play every weekend leading up to nationals and give my
Yeah,
armor
sleep is good.
rest. But
So yeah, sleep is good.
yeah, yeah. But it's cool. I love these tournaments. I love going to these and like just seeing how players progress and like feeling progression myself or like how the team just building chemistry with different players and teammates and seeing how players grow throughout the year. Um, and it's just cool, like to see the product kind of evolve throughout the year. I think like if you look at like Arizona this year compared to now, how much progress has been made on the tour, and the formatting and how it's ran, and a lot of that's like shout out to Dustin and Nick and Mark, like they all do a really great job, and like Tree stepping in and stuff. Um,
And Rennie, give credit Rennie
yeah,
credit
Tree and
too.
Rennie, yeah. So it's cool to see like the progress throughout the year and like how they're aware of like if things go wrong, they're very aware of it and they're very quick to react and like act out like and reach out and be like, how can we fix this? Like, how can we develop a better product? Which is cool because it's a good direction to have.
Hell yeah! Shout out all those people. They do a lot behind the scenes, and I don't think they get enough flowers. So
Yeah, for sure. Like someone as an organizer, like the organizers are the first ones to blame when something goes wrong, but like also without them, we don't have any of this.
there's no tournament,
Yeah.
and a lot of people aren't going up and being like, "Hey, I appreciate everything you're doing right
Yeah,
now. Like, is there
exactly.
anything I could do to help you guys out?"
Yeah. So
Yeah,
hats off to
especially
them.
coming from someone who was a previous organizer who felt like it was like if those flowers were given along the way, things would have been as hard as it was. Like let's keep at least the people we have now that are trying to do all that they can, so they don't end
Yeah.
up like resentful like me.
Be something super small. People that are watching as pulling up tape or trying to like hand in scorecards for
Yeah.
the main desk.
Yeah, like I said, no one realized how far it goes. Like, I mean, like me and Alex, like we'd be in Cleveland. Like, I'd have to take off work the day before just to get there to receive the things. Like someone like who's a residential carpenter, independent with no like absolutely no PTO. Like that's not a thing that exists for me. It's like I had to like lose my wages to go just receive an order so all you guys can play in this tournament, and then have to set it up just me and Watkins when we were doing it because we couldn't even get anyone to come there and do that. Like the little things you could do go so much farther than what anyone even realizes.
Yeah.
Cleaning up trash before you leave, like just picking something up off the ground.
Yeah. So shout out to all the tournament directors who continue to make sure we can actually play in these and
Yeah,
progress and get better. Because
yeah, because
I
if
think
people
we're
keep
really
acting the way
getting
they do, you're not going to have any left. And
yeah. And I do
as
think we're
coming from
getting
someone who
closer and
was one of those
closer.
before, I feel like I could speak for exactly that.
Yeah. And I think we're getting closer and closer to like a good like a well ran good product
Mhm.
consistently.
I totally agree.
I
Yeah,
definitely was
yeah,
talking, I'm excited for next year. Obviously, I talked to them a little bit about some of the formatting for next year and stuff and
yeah. It's
rounds
just
and what's gonna
yeah.
happen.
There's so many people who just want to say, "Oh, this didn't go well," and "Oh, I would have done this," but like don't want to have those conversations with the people who can actually do something about it. So
Yeah.
like those feedback reports you get, like don't just like push them to your spam or like like delete that email. Like if you really want to make so much of a difference, like I don't want to hear anyone say anything unless they're actually trying to like put their voice out there to say like, "Hey, I can't help do this," or at least you should do this.
That's all constructive criticism too. I mean, they're not going to be
Exactly.
offended. That's why they're sending it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
hell yeah.
fill out those surveys that come out. People do look them over. So
Hell yeah. And this is the only tour date that I missed. So I could say from playing in Tucson until Boston, like I thought everything was really well. They tried a bunch of different things this year. So I think they've done an awesome job and I'm really appreciative of everyone
Yeah, at least
that's
you see like
helped
there's a good track they're going on.
yeah,
for sure.
I'm excited to see it close out on nationals, and see how everything went this year and then what adjustments to make for next year.
Yeah.
But everything
Yeah, I
looks
just want to learn what a po' boy is.
I don't even know what that means.
It's New Orleans food.
like a New Orleans
Oh,
like
oh,
sandwich.
fish, right?
Yeah,
Something like
something like
that.
that.
Gross.
I don't know. I think when I think of New Orleans, I think of jambalaya.
Same.
A nice
Or
jambalaya.
gumbo.
Gumbo, yeah. That's what they
Dude,
call
California Pizza Kitchen at my mall used to make a mean jambalaya.
it. Do those even exist anymore? The one that I always there was like two or three in malls on Long Island. I don't think any of them exist anymore.
In on Long Island, yeah.
Yeah, on Long Island, yeah.
I'm trying to go to like every buffet in New Orleans and see if I can run into Zion Williamson. All
Yeah, I
right,
was
guys, before we hop into the questions from the people, though, let's talk about our community. So, you guys are both commissioners, coordinators, whatever you want to say for Nutmeg and LA Kick. Let's start with Giancarlo. Giancarlo, what's currently going on in LA Kick?
yeah, so I mean, dodgeball's been great. It's going on 5 years now of me running dodgeball with LA Kick. This is our second year semi-pro. It's kind of like our focal point right now for like out-of-state players and what's relevant. Um, where we have 3 tournaments left. So we have August, September, and then our finals in October. And I'm excited to like wrap that up and see how that goes. It's been a great year. I think the competition's gotten so much better. I think that is huge for our communities. Having that's been great because like better competition means everyone's getting better, not just like, it's not as top heavy anymore. When we first kind of came in, it was very like, how do we split up our top players to make all the teams fair? Now, like our leagues are, we have a couple top teams, but like there's so many players there. But semi-pro has been so much fun because there's so many different teams that win. Like there's so much talent on all these different teams. I think after practice,
I mean, the area, everyone you bring in too. I mean, like that alone says enough for like what you're doing
yeah,
out there.
yeah. So I think we had 18 players from semi-pro make practice squad, which is really cool.
No shit.
Yeah. So between right, we have obviously DMV, we have people from DMV, people from the city, people from Philly, people from Nutmeg, people from Boston. Like everyone's like consistently coming. We're at 9 or 10 states that players have traveled from to come to a semi-pro tournament. So that's really cool to me. There's always like it's just cool like kind of figure out things to keep expanding and getting better. Um, a big feedback that I've been getting a lot this year is like people want to come out, and the only way they can really come out right now in semi-pro and try it for a one-off is as a celebrity player. But we changed the formatting this year to only allow one celebrity player. So something I would like to see that I'm probably going to propose for next year, just because I don't want to do it so late in this season, is that each team still gets a celebrity player spot. But if a celebrity player wants to come out, teams that haven't used it have an op like Frankie, for example, wanted to come out last month. But
Boo, boo,
five
boo,
teams
Frankie,
or
boo.
6 teams use a celebrity player. So he could only play if one of the two other teams wanted him to play. I think I want to propose for next year that celebrity players then can go into the available player pool, and
Oh,
teams that have not used a celebrity player yet have the first right to use them. Basically, be like if in Frankie's situation, right? At that time, Sauce and Squabble Up hadn't used a celebrity player, so I could, basically in standings order, like reverse order, been like, hey, you have the worst pick between the two. Would you like to use Frankie as your celebrity player? No. Okay. Would you like to? No. Okay, so now this player goes into the available player pool, and then they can
Hmm.
be drafted by any team, and that doesn't count as a celebrity player. And as long as it's offered to like teams that haven't used celebrities first, I think that's a fair way of getting some more participation into it.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, especially for like exposure too. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
if every single person says no, why do we need to turn people away?
Yeah. So
I
that's
like
something
that.
it's definitely right because like the reason we decreased it was one, playing time for our players, and two, the available player pool and using that more. Because last year we like I think we used like 3 players in the available player pool, and like that was it. Like we really didn't pick up players. This tournament we're picking up like a player or two every time, which is nice. Um,
Sometimes more. I mean, Cole's been on what, 3 teams now, and so has Angel.
Yeah.
yeah, Angels
Yeah,
been
like there's been
Angel just
so
got
much
drafted full
exposure to like
time.
those available
Taylor
players.
Marino's played on 2 or 3 teams. Cole's played on 2 or 3 teams. Angel played on 2 or 3 teams. I think we've used like 7 or 8 different available players when last year we used like two. So it's nice to see that to get some of these local guys some reps and like get a taste of this. I also really like the introduction of D League that we did. So we do still have 3 more dates of D League. Anybody can sign up. Shout out to Most Improved from
Except for
Boston.
Ryan.
Most Improved from Boston came out and there was 2 players that are brought that only played D League. So they came down from Boston just to play in a 2 hour 4-on-4 tournament, which is cool to see. And it gives them the semi-pro exposure and they get to like see if this is for them. Next year, my biggest goal is to try to probably move away from the wall ball, and whether that be like a net installation, which like is hard just because there's not a lot of space. They also have a deck hockey court there that's
Mm.
enclosed. And
Those
like,
balls would fly.
but they wouldn't.
Well, but also too, you could do like the pop up nets and everything like
Yeah,
that. Like
Yeah, you'd have to.
we
for
put
our
pop-up
Nemec
nets.
tournaments, we have our like nets we put behind. Like if you had the big open space like they're talking about for the hockey court, like you could just set it up behind.
Yeah, so we'd use pop-up nets, and then we'd probably just throw a net across the back of them and kind of enclose it like how Dodgeball Seattle does their
Mhm.
net system. We do something very similar to that. So that's something I'm exploring just because like it's always how can we deliver a better product and bring more people in, right? Like to me, like I want it to grow so people want to come to Long Island. Like and that's what's cool, right? Because like getting to Long Island kind of
On Long
sucks.
Island.
Yeah.
And you keep on mispronouncing it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I have an
Sorry.
accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But getting to Long Island is not necessarily fun. And the fact that people do it for dodgeball, like I'm so appreciative of all them. So it's like I want to give them the best product possible so they enjoy coming back.
Yeah, dude. My girlfriend's grandmother picked me up from a ferry at like first thing in the morning.
Yeah, but I would have
Hell
also
yeah.
I also would have just picked you up from the ferry if you asked me.
I called you and asked if you could bring me back from the ferry, and then you told me to call someone else.
When I was away, when I missed 2 tournaments.
No, it was the last one.
I'm also a little upset that you guys were building a Wawa and then you guys, I
Right?
guess,
Dude,
stopped
that
construction.
That
that was
was
like the best thing to ever. I was like, if Long Island gets a Wawa, I'm about to be 180 pounds and drinking gallons of sweet tea a day.
not enough people are talking about the Smithtown Wawa conspiracy.
Can we
Yeah.
start a website?
Should we, yeah, just start a conspiracy theory on it, how it's
Yeah.
building?
Bring back construction.
Yeah, I would love a Wawa. Quick checks are
I'll
okay.
fund part of it, honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
Same.
the whole community will. I'll just we'll donate some money to it. Like, let's just get it
I
going.
know exactly who can be the manager of it. Andrew Kim.
Andrew Kim can come to Long Island and be the manager of this Wawa. That would be
Oh,
great.
working at Wawa is my dream job.
Yeah, but yeah, so obviously semi-pro is our biggest thing. D League as well. Like, if people are just trying to come try it out, it's been cool. We had a couple players come play D League without playing one of our leagues from Long Island and now play in our leagues. We also have players who come out and try it. Amon just came out and tried it, and he just signed up for semi-pro now. Um, it's one of those like if he signed up in the beginning of the year, he probably gets drafted. But since it's so late, like he's gonna be an available player because teams are kind of like set at this point. Which is something else I'm kind of like thinking about is roster movement. But yeah,
Expansion team?
I not this late into the season.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah,
I would
was there three? Is
definitely
there three left? Or?
Actually, no, we did an expansion last year with 3 left.
we did an expansion team with 3 left plus championships.
Oh, okay.
It's two left plus
This
championship
is
now,
two
right?
left plus championships now. So
Hmm.
if we were gonna do it, we would have had to do it by last one. And the biggest we probably could have, but I wasn't doing it. I didn't want to do an expansion team because I didn't want to go to 9 teams for 2 courts. My
Scheduling would have been super
Yeah,
tough too.
my golden rule is kind of like 4 teams per court because that kind of allows them like an equal playing time and good flow. Once you add a 9th team in there, it kind of gets dicey, and there's times where teams are sitting for 3 or 4 in a row, and especially with how we're doing it with the rank points and everything, like just would have been a little too complicated to make the schedule work to make it fair for everyone. So
Hmm.
I that's the thing is right, like cool, another team would be fun. It would probably like balance out some talent again, but also like it's probably lesser of a product. And I want people to have a good time and I want people to enjoy it. And like, I don't want people to have to drive 5 hours to sit 4 games in a row, which is why I refuse to go to 9 unless we get a third court.
I mean, there's 8 teams right now, right? So out of the 8 teams, 6 of them have made the finals, which is really good, and that kind of just shows you how balanced it is compared to last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Last year was, charter. Well, Soup Troop, charter.
Silver linings.
Silver lining.
Oh, well, yeah, Silver Linings and Puppy Pound, they went to the playoffs and
Yeah,
made
so
it to the finals a few
it
times.
was Soup Troop, then
First
Charter
one.
won. Yeah, Soup Troop won the first, then we won the next 2, then Puppy Pound won, then we won 2 more, I thought.
No, we almost won 5 in a row.
Hold on.
All I know is out of the 7, we won 5.
Soup
I went
Troop,
up to Dylan the last time we were there, and I was like, "Hey,
Charter.
Dylan."
Yeah, you're right. We won 4
Yeah.
in a row. Puppy Pound won the last one, and then we won the championship.
Yeah, I remember when Dylan was about to make the finals, the last one. I was like, "Hey, Dylan, I forgot. Did you win one last year?" And he was like, "Yeah, I won."
Yeah, Carly had the game-winning catch on Andrew Kim.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot that was that team.
That was the one where Andrew was the celebrity player for Soup Troop.
Yep.
No.
Then he
Carly.
went down the fucking line. It was just
Dude,
cooking.
Andrew
Just
fucking
down the line,
cooked that game.
down the line, and Carly just sat there and just snatched that shit.
I feel like that showing right there was the Andrew Kim, other than like Pennsylvania announcement game.
Yeah, I mean, because like we've known Andrew for a while. Like we played in Abdul's tournaments. And I remember
Yeah,
Andrew.
but also I've known Andrew for years, and it was always like, yeah, no, he doesn't really play.
Yeah,
Just stay
I
at his
remember him from
sister's
the
house while we
taking days.
come visit to play in our own stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's cool to see. He came there as a celebrity, and I was like, all right, cool. Like Andrew left the state of Pennsylvania to play dodgeball, and then he was cooking, and then Carly caught him, and I was like, that feels so good. Like that was hype.
Shout out Nick, shout out Rangers.
Yeah, shout out
True,
Nick.
bro. She knows Jalen Brunson. Like, actually.
Like she definitely has a picture with him. Like she gives out shirts. Like she does.
She
a
gave
shirt.
me a shirt, bro.
Yeah, she gave me a shirt. she does the shirt tosses. But yeah, that catch was just like that was like she like, and she's a known catcher in our league, right? But Andrew doesn't know her that well. And I remember Matt telling Andrew like she's a catcher, and Andrew just went to chest her, and she just
I think I wish I could probably find it if I really really tried, but I was sitting like up on the bleachers, and there was someone who's screaming, and it's like she's a catcher, and then he throws and the catch happens.
It was
yeah,
Matt.
That's what it was. I remember like I was sitting next to like the vicinity of it happening.
yeah,
I was reffing right in front of the throw too, and he
Yeah,
threw it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's gonna catch that, and like everyone's running over, they're freaking out, giving her a hug and
yeah,
stuff, and like, bro, I'm jumping up and down too,
dude. I
like,
remember
yeah.
Jordan lay down on the ground and got pregnant.
Yeah, Jordan definitely did some Jordan shit there. Yeah, I honestly, and I've Invictus just won the last one. So shout out my team for really carrying and doing a lot there because I came
Mhm.
late
Shout
and
out Alan Williams,
they all
medal
did
winner.
really
true.
well. Um,
Alan Williams is the only person to get a T-shirt to cut the sleeves off,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and you see those frills every time.
yes. But yeah, Noah, I was getting flashbacks when it was Noah versus Johnny at the end there because Johnny's a very good catcher nowadays too, and like I was like,
Dude, Johnny's a dog.
She
yeah,
almost, dude, she almost pulled that in. If she turned her shoulders like 10 degrees
yeah. I
more,
was sitting
I
there and
think
he
she would
throw,
have.
and I right beforehand I told him I was like, dirt it and crash at her, like dirt it and hit her in transition, like that's the play here, and he didn't, and I was just like, oh,
Because
like.
he had 5 balls and she had one, and she dirted it like super early. I'm like, oh, she wants to catch him.
Yeah, she was looking for the catch, and the second I saw her dirt it, and he had five, I'm like, he should just dirt one, and then see what she does, and then react to that. Maybe put it off her body, and if it rolls back, like see, and then dirt the second one, like just like he had all the time, and he was grinding it out, and I think he just wanted to be over. I think he didn't want to like worry about his arm giving out a little bit. He's gonna he played a lot, and I was just like, I think he's just going for the win. He's gonna give everything he has now, and I saw him make that throw, and I was like, oh my God, this is like all over again. Carly's gonna get like same thing. So like I was like, oh boy, like here we go. And he released that ball, and I feel like the gym just got quiet when he released it. And then it hit, and it was like, oh, like the breath of fresh air came out for us, and like we were like relieved. But like honestly, even if it went the other way, I would have been annoyed in the moment, but I would have been super happy for Johnny.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, for
it
sure.
would have been just like a super high energy play. Um,
You guys owe Angel a medal, by the way, because he was on both of those teams.
True, he was, but I'll let him earn a medal with the Ace of Spades. Um,
Another one.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so back to
I'm
something
trying, Angel.
we are doing new now at semi-pro. I did tell the captains, I don't know how many of them told their teammates, but we are doing a highlight contest.
Take it, sweetie.
Um, we can basically you can submit highlights. It's a Google form, and if you win the highlight, you're gonna receive a like just a $40 Venmo. And also as well as a surprise that they will not find out until after this first one.
Ooh.
Which is pretty cool. I think it's really cool. This one we also had PT sponsored for the first time, and I think I wasn't there for him because I got there late, but
He
feedback
did an incredible
he did a
job.
really good
Even
job.
coming out, talking to everyone, like not even just like where he was set up. He came in and was like announcing what he's doing and was saying over
Yeah.
there. Like that was he did an incredible job.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of working with him a couple times. I went to his office to film some of the stuff where he has everything. He's super knowledgeable. He has like a little like mini gym there, and like he was having me do stretches on stuff that like like my hamstring. I was like, my hamstring's not tight, like whatever. And I'm doing this. I'm like, wow, this feels great. Like I went there and filmed like some TikToks and stuff for him, some social media content. And then I went to go play kickball that day, and I was like, wow, like it's like the fastest I've ran in years. Like everything felt really good. So he's really knowledgeable. He just knows what he's doing. And I was just happy to get that at semi-pro. Because I've like dodgeball's it's intensive. It's a lot of work and movement.
I mean, for what you're paying for going to semi pro too, like for what he could actually charge for what he did for everyone there, it's like a no brainer to
Yeah.
see him there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great to see him. I think he did a great job. A lot of really good feedback. I'm so
Shout out this
excited.
guy. What was his name?
Dr.
Dr. What?
Leslie.
Okay, Dr. Leslie. Yeah, I saw him handing out cards.
Yeah. So basically that was also in the email as well. Like people can get a free 75-minute treatment session. Um, So, and like I said, he was great. He worked on my arm a little bit at the TikTok stuff and the social media when I filmed the content with him. You definitely know you can tell he knows what he's doing, but he also cares about the players. Like he wants everyone to like be healthy and be good and be ready to play and perform well. So it's nice to have a connection like that. We also should have C4 at the next one, whether it's just me giving out the product or C4 itself. So that's good. Like it's cool to like kind of like see these sponsors that have evolved with LI Kick now come and benefit our dodgeball players. Um, so the highlight contest, we have all these sponsors now, and then we have our Secret Santa tournament coming back again. So last year was the first year we ran it. Um, that'll probably be in the next semi-pro email and go out in our dodgeball Long Island Facebook group. But that's a random draw tournament, which is super fun. Basically, just pick a present and open the present. Inside the present's a colored hat. Um,
That was
and
sick.
we normally, yeah, that was so much fun. And that's one of our only like non-semi-pro tournaments we do right now, that and Midnight Madness. So for next year, I'm definitely going to try to get some more in there. But for now, those are our two to look out for. Secret Santa is probably going to be December like 5th, 6th, 7th weekend. Um,
Hold on. There is a Philly tournament.
5, 6, 7. It's flexible right now.
The dodgeball.
Yeah, the dodgeball's the 13th.
That's what I thought. I thought the dodgeball was the weekend after it, which is why I chose the 5, 6, 7th weekend. We're gonna do three different sports. We'll do kickball, volleyball, and dodgeball for Secret Santa.
You guys did what?
Kickball.
Cornhole last year, right?
We did kickball and dodgeball. And then we did like a Mr. and Mrs. Cornhole tournament,
Mhm.
is what we called it. So it was
Yeah.
just mixed gender cornhole tournament.
Hell
So
yeah.
in the Connecticut scene, I know we have a lot of like dodgeball slash kickball players. Like me myself, and there's a lot of people that are coming in from each ways. Do you do dodgeball and kickball at the same time for the Secret
Yeah.
Santa?
So last year we did Secret Santa kickball Saturday and then Secret
Mhm.
Santa dodgeball Sunday.
Yeah,
So the game plan will be Secret Santa volleyball Friday, Secret Santa kickball Saturday, Secret Santa dodgeball Sunday.
yeah,
Um, and it's super fun time. Like they're all
yeah,
same format. You open a present, you just get to play with new people. You kind of just
yeah.
vibe with
No, it's like,
everybody.
yeah, I
It's
didn't go last year, but every single thing I heard, especially like I listen more to what like the new people from Connecticut coming into are saying more than I hear Ryan, who's been coming around for a long
yeah,
time. Like to get like the new, like kind of like open minded mindset on like how we think this is going. So I like taking the feedback from that, and like every single thing I heard was just like, wow, like I want to come back and keep doing this.
yeah, which is cool. It's great to hear from me, right? Like I do a lot of the stuff I do for the community and for the people. So like
Mhm.
all the good feedback is like why I keep doing it.
Of course.
Without the community, like this is nothing. So I obviously like I love hearing the feedback and what people have to say. That's why, like I've said, like I think our relationship with Nutmeg has been great. Like our relationship with each other, and obviously it stems from our friendship being so close.
Mhm.
But the ability to support each other in both our leagues and send people back and forth and everything's been great.
Yeah, I mean, like you've been there since the start of Nutmeg. Like, I mean, like you're an integral part of like Nutmeg even beginning in the first place.
Yeah,
So if we could do anything, it's like, we could like co-branch out to each other,
yeah,
just like, the respect from that.
yeah. Just continue to support each other. But
Hell yeah.
that's all we really have for LI Kick. If you want to get into Nutmeg stuff,
Yeah.
Shout out to the team that won last year.
yeah. Charter. Should I go get my jersey and put it on?
Wait, for what?
Oh, you talking about Secret Santa or
Yeah, I'm
Secret
talking about
Pro?
Secret Santa.
Let's talk about semi-pro
The trophy's sick.
first. Secret Santa. It's a Santa. Yeah, a little
Santa,
Santa.
yeah. All right, Sean, what's going on in Nutmeg?
All right, so we last week just celebrated our 4-year anniversary. We started on July 14th, but I messed up the day on when I knew the 4 years was. So last week was the week that we celebrated it. Um, Coming up, we are doing open gyms throughout the month of August. My birthday is August 20th, which is my 30th birthday. So we've just been doing random drop-in days, but I had the idea. I haven't even told Ryan about this yet, but for my 30th birthday, I want to do a 3v3 tournament on Wednesday. It's not going to be draft style. We're going to put like a pool of players together that are like our most experienced and have like as most even teams as we can get of like, me, Ryan, Ashley, like even if Giancarlo wants to come up for it. And we want to do a 3v3 tournament to celebrate my birthday, my 30th birthday, just mix in a random thing rather than just the drop-ins you've been coming to in Connecticut. So that's August 20th. We're planning to do that. Um, After that, our next season is going to be September 10th. What we're doing is we are going to do a bring your own team season. So that's going to be our next season coming up. After that, our season after, we're going to take from what we've learned from LI Kick for what they're doing for semi-pro, and we're going to do a semi-draft season. So how we're going to do that is it's going to be two male players, one female player. You're going to make a franchise. So it's going to be a franchise, and then you draft a player after that, and that's going to transition into a full draft season for the winter going into next year. So it's going to be bring your own team, semi-draft draft, going off of, what we learned from LI Kick because semi-pro has gone so good and you guys have brought in so many players from Connecticut. Um, Other than that, we have our next tournament. We're going to do the Turkey Takedown 2. We're looking at November 8th. And we are unsure on whether we want to do a bring your own team format or we want to do a draft tournament. So we're going to work with Ryan and Bromance. We're going to co-promote on the social medias, and we want to have a poll that's going to decide. We want the players and the people to decide what we're going to do for this tournament. So we want you guys to pick whether it's going to be a bring your own team or a draft tournament, like how BDL is doing, because BDL gets so much of a draw in for their draft tournaments they've been doing. So we want to, learn from what we see everyone doing good around us and see what we can do to bring that to Connecticut.
I think the draft would be sick.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome too, because even, for our women's team, for example, it's like, not every single female player in Connecticut can make it on a team. But if it's like, if I don't have that commitment and I can just get in and learn from some other people, that's what I need to make that next step to be able to play more.
I think also last year the women's scene in New England wasn't as strong as it is now. So if I remember correctly, it was only 4 teams for women's.
Exactly, yeah.
So I don't know how many teams that you're looking to bring, but I think if it was mixed, like I think you could easily get 10. Easily.
Exactly. So that's what I want to it's either going to be a open women's format because I know, our presence in Connecticut, we have a lot of, good female players but can't come out to everything like that. So they played on a lot of open teams and like did what they could on a lot of open teams. Like I remember it was the Black Mamba team that actually played on, like they had Morgan and Deja, shout out Deja, women's tackle football All-American. They did what they could and they were a really good team playing it open, just 3 female players on it. But, we want to be able to like make both divisions very strong this time. So it's either going to be open and women's if everyone feels like they can like put out a good show for that, or just do a drop tournament. Let's make a really good mixed tournament.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, super excited for that. And as of right now, I have nothing that weekend. So
yeah, I tried to look at the dates for what I have available. I talked to the rec center. I gave them a list. One of them was it happened to be the semi-pro final. So I was like, oh yeah, no, got to take that one back. And they're like, look, like just give us one. We'll push as hard as we can for that day. It's not officially locked in, but November 8th is looking like what the day it's going to be.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people don't realize is like, and you have a great relationship with your venue, which is great. And we have a pretty good one with our semi-pro venue. But like getting a venue for like a day you don't normally have it for,
yeah,
you have a plan is a much bigger pain in the ass than a lot of people realize.
Yeah. Like I have a very specific situation. So when people talk to me and like ask me, like how I get what I do, it's because I partnered with my rec department.
Yeah.
So I ran independently for over a year and I ran at a loss every single day. It was like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I was just losing per season to just get into a place because it was so much for the insurance, so much for just to be in the facility. I want to put shirts out there to get the name out there. And I had people like sponsoring me, like, we had Dave Roy with Worcester Rec Dodgeball who was like helping us out. And like, we did what we could to just like get a little bit in to just like equal things out. But like, it was tough running at a loss. But like, me and Ryan played for, 8 years before we had something of our own that we could do. Like we would go play in like just a random league and it would shut down because we'd have a full team come, they'd have 4 teams and there'd be 2 people from each team. And then we'd play a combination of those players and then they'd refund us the week after.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like, well, you remember what I'm talking about, right?
I don't even remember the name of the fucking thing.
It was in like Waterbury. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember coming up. I think there was like 2 or 3 tournaments I came up to before I lived up there. And like, they were like iffy. And then when I moved up there, I went to I think it was a Shoreline Ran tournament.
Yeah.
Brought a New York.
Yeah. Shout out Shoreline. You made us the best dodgeball league in Connecticut by saying, we don't want to play dodgeball in the summer. We'll see you in the fall.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we were with LI Kick for a while. We didn't play summer dodgeball, but I just kept pushing. And I was like, I'm gonna grow to the point where you don't have a choice, but we have to play summer.
Yeah.
Shoreline's just different because they didn't really care about dodgeball or had anyone who worked there who cared about dodgeball.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I ran their Middletown League. We had 4 teams. 3 full teams were people I got in, and then half of the free agent team was Giancarlo and Ron, and then
and I only played
Dunkin' Donuts.
It was me, Ron, Eli, and then a bunch of.
When you say a bunch of, you mean 4
Hashimoto?
people other than our people.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 random people, and I don't think any of them ended up playing Nutmeg after that.
except for Ron.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was Dippin' Donuts. That's what it was.
I couldn't tell you what the team name was. All I know is we played and we were not the best, and I was having a good time because of the people that were there, but not for.
Yeah,
We were also playing 8 1/4 foam, like
8 1/4 foam
Yuck.
full basketball
full
court where you
basketball
threw
court.
from the
Yeah,
middle line 45 feet away.
yeah.
Damn. Could you pinch and have like your entire body out besides one toe?
Nothing
No, yeah.
mattered.
We basically should have.
Yeah.
I mean, there was basically no guidelines playing in that league. But yeah, I played in a tournament with them, and that's when I met Caleb, and he was like, "Oh, you know Sean?" I was like, "Yeah." And that's when I was living up there, and I didn't really have a lot of friends up there. So I reached out to Ryan of all people,
I
and
heard.
on Facebook, and it turns out it was his old Facebook. So I had like no response for like
Ryan, how
4
many do you
months.
have? Three, I think, total
Yeah,
Facebook?
at least, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 months of no answer, and then I ran into Caleb, and I was like, "Oh, do you happen to know like Ryan and Sean?" He's like, "Sean's my roommate." I was like, "Yeah, what about Ryan?" Like, he hasn't answered me on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, that dude doesn't use Facebook." Then
I
Sean
also
yelled
have
at
like
me.
7 Twitters.
That
Yeah,
dude doesn't talk to people.
yeah. Then Sean yelled at me for not reaching out to him.
YMCMB.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I joined Shoreline to like hang out and see you guys more, and then Nutmeg started, and that was probably
Yeah,
the
so I ran
best thing that
Shoreline
happened to
for a
Connecticut.
yeah, I ran Shoreline for a season. Like it was, after COVID, where we played before COVID. After COVID, they're like, we're gonna run this thing in Middletown. Like we're looking for someone to do it. Because I was reaching out to them saying like, hey, like like I care about dodgeball. Like let's get this going again. So like, oh, we need someone to run it. Like I went to an interview with them. It was like at a bar, and
Your
they
favorite
were like,
place?
yeah, we'll have you do it. We'll, pay you for the season or whatever. So, I got in the people because I was like, look, like, like, well, let's do this. But like, we had, the team that I had of like my friends, like that was where I met Ashley was there because one of my best friends, McKenna, was like, hey, my friend from high school, like, she seems like she'd be into this. Like, she's a collegiate shot putter. Like, I remember the first time Ashley walked into a building, she pushed a ball and I felt like it was going to fucking break the bricks in the wall. Eight and a half foam. Um, but yeah, no. So we did that. It was like random teams. Like our really good friend Terrell, like he brought in a team of like his girlfriend, his girlfriend's friends, and
Zone
they
insurance.
were that was my zone. Yeah,
Shout out
Yeah.
my zone.
that was
I still got their
Giancarlo's first
jersey.
nutmeg team. Yeah,
Yeah, that was my
um,
first Nutmeg team. Actually, I
yeah,
played on the free agents first, I think, and I
yeah,
beat them, and then I joined them, and then that was fun.
yeah.
That
And
was
then we had
probably the
another
most
team
fun
of
I've
like
ever had.
Ale and Dylan and them. Like they made it so like we had three teams that was just us. So I ran their season. It was in Middletown at the YMCA. We had our sponsor bar, and we were going to the sponsor bar every week. And after the season ended, they came to the sponsor bar last week, and I was like, hey, like I've been trying to do dodgeball for years. Never had this much interest. Like, let's keep it going. Like, just get the facility. Like, these people are here. Like, let's do this. Let's keep going. And they said, people don't want to play dodgeball in the summer. We'll see you in the fall. So at that point, it was like, dude, like me and Ryan, we used to get kicked out of YMCA's for having six people there who would throw 8.5 balls on a racquetball court. Like my roommate would come, hit his head on the wall, get a concussion, and lay down. So we'd have five half the time. And we go to Sky Zone, and our local Sky Zone would be like, "Oh no, we can't do this. We need to have these inflatables for this Nerf Wars thing we have." And no people would come for it, but we couldn't play dodgeball for that. So it's like,
Yeah, dude. And we would pull up with like 20 people. And I had
yeah,
like a good relationship too with the managers. And
yeah,
I'm like, you're really going to turn away like
yeah.
$15 a person times 20 for 4 kids playing like Nerf Wars? It's crazy.
But it wasn't even four kids playing Nerf Wars. It was the potential of four kids playing
Yeah,
Nerf Wars because they weren't even there yet.
but that's how all these big corporate places work, or like
Yeah,
like they end up basing it on like it's
yeah,
always kid oriented.
yeah.
And
No, so
we would go there every Tuesday for years. And we're like, we're
years.
coming here.
Tuesday, Friday, Saturday was our dodgeball practice at Sky Zone in Wallingford, Connecticut for years. And that's all we had. And then it got to the point where they wouldn't even have us. So all we had for practice was like, hey, we were hearing about this tournament in Delaware on a Thursday. Let's go play there.
Yeah,
We'd sit in the car for 6 hours there and 6 hours back. And then I'd sleep for 1 hour, go to work. Thank God Ryan drove.
it's a good thing you had a truck driver.
Yeah. That was before he was a truck driver. He was a machinist then.
Maybe that's the reason he became a truck driver. He just enjoyed traveling to tournaments so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, but no, like me and Ryan had so much nothing for so long that this league said, "Hey, we finally see you having people, and fuck that. We're just gonna not even like just give you the facility for what you're already doing. We'd have to put no effort into."
It
So
sounds like you need a origin podcast, and you describe the origin of nutmeg and
I
how.
was gonna say that, like I said, I'm loosely saying it right now to just say happy fucking 4 years.
Yeah, yeah, but nutmeg came a long way. It's cool to see all the talent and see the talent that's
Yeah.
gonna be traveling out now. And like I said, I like you said a similar experience. Like it's over 5 years to go from like, we had a team of like 10 of us who played, at like Spooky Nook tournaments.
Because that's the first time I met you with Spooky Nook.
Uh,
No,
no, Dodge Hunger.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, Dodge Hunger pre-COVID. I played 2019, I think we went out to it.
on like the intermediate team, right?
It was an intermediate team, and we lost because the Heat walked across the court to get a ball from the competitive game, and we got hit three different times, and the refs refused
Yeah.
to stop the game.
I
And the Heat,
remember that. I was looking over intermediate and I was like, damn, who's that girl catching everything and that ugly guy with the glasses?
oh, that was Alexa,
Yeah,
probably.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Sexy.
guessing I was the ugly
Big
guy with
L.
the glasses.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, from that tournament alone, me, Derek Smith, and Alexa all got asked to play Elite, but my work schedule was weekend, so I really couldn't make it work, and they both were able to travel out. And that kind of just started the start of like Long Island being able to travel because like not that we didn't know Dylan, but Dylan was a UDC player, and not a lot of us played UDC. A lot of us came in ex
Mm.
UDC. So Kill the Comp, like we knew of them, but like we didn't really hang out with them, or they didn't come play. Like we played at Laserland where I worked, which obviously like that's again a whole other origin story type thing.
Yeah.
Like
We'll have to do like a rollback thing. What my 3 year anniversary with the rec center is in October, so we'll have to do an origin story podcast then.
yeah, book it now, Ryan. Let's get to these crowdsourced questions instead of circling around about our league origins.
All right, let's get to the questions.
We know you got a bedtime.
Yeah, you guys are good. All right, we got 12 questions. All right, question number one. Question from Pierce McKenna for both you guys.
Ooh, shouts out Pierce and his brother, 3/4 Pierce.
Oh my god.
We played him in club, and I kept saying 3/4 Pierce. He said, "My name's Luke," and I went up after. I was like, "No, no, no, I know who you are. I'm sorry, I'm just making a joke."
Shout out Pierce and Luke McKenna.
I didn't know that you told them live. I know you said it
Aaron was dying.
yeah, I know you said it to Aaron. Aaron's like, I gotta tell Pierce this immediately. I didn't know you told him or that you were gonna shout it on the podcast.
Also, what I forgot to say when we were doing the flight recap, Aaron might be one of the nicest, most genuine teammates I've ever met. With like, no
Yes.
matter what he's doing, he's shagging 100%, supporting you on the sideline 100%. Like,
Yeah.
he
Aaron,
is the absolute easiest person to play with I've ever seen. What did he win MVP at the thing?
Mm-hmm.
I
yeah.
like. I thought he deserved it then, even not watching any video, but like now actually playing with him for the first time, holy shit! Like that is
I
the MVP
played.
of every team
I
I've
think
played
this is
on.
my
Even if he plays bad,
third.
like I'd take him again.
Yeah, I think it's my third time playing with Aaron. I played in like 2023 in Tucson with him,
Mm,
cloth, and it was USA's first cloth tournament. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just running and tossing balls over our head like we were soccer players and just messing around. But I got to play with him in Toronto for mixed. And I was looking for a team, and ADC reached out about playing, and they're another one who kind of started around the same time as us. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah. And I jumped at the opportunity, and I play with Pierce, and I play with Blake. Me and Blake played together on Precision before. But it's really like my first time getting to play with Aaron with where he's at now and at this level.
yeah,
And it was like I I could not say enough good things about Aaron, even when he's not your teammate. Like getting to know Aaron on a personal level and being a good friend of his, like I consider him one of my closest friends in dodgeball right now, and it's just great. Like, like just any
there's not many people like Aaron.
yeah, no. He always gives 100%. Even he sees your team only has six. He just played 3 games in a row. He's still shagging 100% for you guys. He's still like the biggest hype man, giving you energy. He's a really good commentator. He just does so much well for the community. And it's cool to start seeing him getting his flowers, like you said, like
Yeah,
the MVP,
yeah.
practice squad, and
There's
he
not many
really
more
stepped up
deserving people
anybody
than
else.
Aaron.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Shout out Aaron. He's also Mr. Freeze for the Braves.
Frozone.
He's actually not. I asked him the first time I met him. I'm like, bro, don't lie to me because I know you work for the Braves. Are you Mr.
Yeah,
Freeze? He's
yeah,
not.
not yet.
Not yet. All right. Question from Pierce McKenna for both. What's one aspect in y'all's game that you. Oh my gosh.
Can you read? How many?
Yes.
James, how many tweets have you had?
No, literally none.
Well,
All right.
it
I'm going to
sounds like
start
you
this
need
over.
some.
Guys, I can read, I promise.
I
What's
can't.
one aspect in y'all's game do you think has been the most difficult to work on and overcome?
Have Gio go first. I gotta think.
I said you want me to go first. Um, Yeah, I mean, like my whole mindset from the start has always been like the mental aspect of dodgeball, right? Like staying out of your head, and being able to continuously improve. So it doesn't matter how good you feel like you are at one thing, it's just like continuing to work. Um, mine's probably my arm, right? Like I tore my UCL in 2023. I tore my labrum in high school playing baseball. So it's definitely my arm health and conditioning and like that mental block of like, okay, is this pain from my injury or is this fatigue? Like, should I change my slide angle? Like, or like I'm missing a couple shots, like accuracy wise, like maybe I throw one wide and maybe just the grip I had on the ball, but I'm instantly in my head about that. So it's definitely probably like the accuracy of like an all day tournament and just keeping that in locked in, like the mental aspect of like I'm 2 years removed from this injury now. Like I can, I can push through it. Like it's not, it's a lot more mental than it is physical at this point. Um, so that's like definitely something that's still, I mean, like I said, it's been 2 years. And it's still something that like I sit with and it's like, okay, how's my arm feeling today? Ooh, like it's not 100%. Okay. Like I'm going to throw a curveball or, I'm throwing with my wrist instead of my elbow or, I'm changing my form up just to make sure I'm good. Um, and especially when I start getting, like, if I miss a couple throws in a row, I think I get in my head about it. So that's something I'm definitely continuing to work on. That and just like the agility off the rush, all right? Like if I'm taking the pitch and just getting back and getting out the way. I think before I had more agility, I was like, especially 8.5 and nose thing, I was like pretty well known as a catcher. So I think I still have that instinct to go for the catch when I just need to get the fuck out the way. So I'm sure Sean heard me say it a couple times this weekend. Like I'd take a pitch or something and I'd get hit out and transition back and I'd be like, Gio,
Yeah.
dodge left. Just get the fuck out the way. Like, why does it matter? Like, just stay alive, value your life. So that's something I've definitely been working on.
Sean?
Yeah, like I feel like the easy answer for me to say would be my arm is like the thing I want to work the most on, but I kind of more tried to model my game as like I don't need to be an arm, so I always more focused on being like the agile person, like I off ball, like dodging, like making the catch when I need to, but like I always try to like focus on trying to be a dodger, so I will say like the thing that I, like want to be able to work on the most is more of like my mental because there's been so many times like like Ryan's played with me so many times where like I get heated and I get worked up and that brings the whole team down. So I've been trying to like focus more on lately of just like just focus on the game, like do ever like like I had some anger like in our playoffs this weekend, rather than crashing out like I typically did. It's like yeah, I got irrational sometimes, but I just more of like been trying to focus on my mentals like for a big part of my game.
All right, next question. Keep muting myself because there's like a bunch of sirens behind me. All right, but next question. Question from Iman for Geo. I think I pronounced his name wrong.
Amon, but it's okay.
Whenever we have been teammates, I've noticed you do a great job of encouraging people and boosting them up when they're down while giving them useful tips. Is it something that's come natural to you, or is there a coach slash teammate that you have had where you get that from?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just try to be the best teammate I could possibly be. I think like just right, like it's big on like treat people how you want to be treated. So it kind of came like that, and then like also like just been playing, right? Like I had my start, and like I didn't really have a team when I started playing. I bounced around on free agent teams. We had that Illusion men's team, which was like a shit show. Like we just had so much going on. Like Joe Tatch is the captain, but he just had the baby, and he was like being a dad. And we had just had so many like just plug and play players there. And then even our mixed team, like it was just like all these different opportunities I had. Where I played on a lot of different teams. And then it was kind of just like I said, like I know I was just on Amon's podcast and I shout out Marissa Varinelli, and I'll do it again because like she was the first person to like really be like, I want to, yeah, sure. She's the
Yeah,
first
shout out
person.
Marissa.
I just wanted to be she was the first person that like wanted to be coached. And before that, I was kind of just like, I'm just a player. Like I'm just here to like, and I wanted to learn, right? Like I'm really competitive and I hate being bad at things. So when I came into dodgeball and I played in one of Abdul's tournaments and like I was getting lit up and playing on like this team that was like losing every game and everything. I was like, okay, there's got to be something more than just like throwing a ball. Like there's got to be strategy behind dodgeball. Um, so kind of just like trying to be like the best teammate you could be. That kind of just inspired, and then it's like, okay, like chemistry is huge in dodgeball. So that was kind of like we gotta just have that chemistry. So like learning that everyone responds differently to how you talk to them and how you treat them. And like me and Sean, I could be like, yo, Sean, you're a dickhead, you suck, like get better. You'd be like, you know what, you're right, I will. And like
Yeah,
that's work for Sean.
yeah,
But like,
of
for
course,
somebody else,
yeah.
like I could say that to them and they could just be done. They don't want to play. And also like understanding the talent. Like everyone's human and everyone makes mistakes and like everyone's there for a reason. And maybe they're there to have fun or maybe they're there because they want to get better. So it's all just giving them like, like giving the people the time and the credit they deserve and like the chance to shine. Um, but yeah, it's definitely been there's probably too many players to name that have influenced me. Probably anyone who's been a captain of a team that I played a part of, and I played on a lot of teams. And then just like I said, like ideal teammates that like I've played with, like we mentioned Aaron earlier, like just players that are just like glue guys and willing to do whatever's needed. And it's just, like, yeah, cool, they're there to play, but then like they're friends as well, or they're willing to talk to you afterwards and just give you that like criticism to help you get better. So I can't really
Mhm.
in particular.
Question from my twin for both. What was your favorite Premier Tour stop this year and of all time?
Mm. I mean, I can go first if you want because it's
Yeah,
a lot
you can go
easier.
first.
Yeah, I've been to two this year. The first one I got hurt. So this one is my favorite for this year. I really don't have much detail on that other than it's the only one I was able to be at.
And the Head
Um,
Rake Horse Cafe.
and they had the Red Forest Cafe. Yeah, that is a really good touch. Shout out the pot roast
Both
at
of
Red
them.
Forest Cafe.
Frog chairs.
Yeah. My favorite.
I feel like there's only
Um,
one real answer here, Sean.
hmm. I feel like I have to do it for the culture. Chicago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a 1-1 for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Buffalo.
I was gonna say so. Yes, Chicago. I have two answers though. I have to say Chicago for the culture. My boy, shout out Fedora, drove 3 hours to come meet us to take me and Nikki in a car to pick up a full package of honey packs. And then we went up to
Casino room.
the slot machines that were up next to the bar, and I introduced everyone a game called Buffalo. So how Buffalo works is you use my money that's in the machine already, and you scream Buffalo and slam the button on the slot machine and get it to all spin and everything like that. So with that whole tournament, it was after you did it, your job was to go find someone who hasn't done it yet, and it was slamming that button. So the whole day was slamming that button. So this is the origin of honey packs and Buffalo at the tournaments. So I have to say that tournament for that.
I also had a full bar there, which was sick because we just got drunk and did that
Yes.
drunk off the honey pack. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Other than that, if I have to give an honest favorite tournament, I will say it was I don't remember the year. It was the year of Austin National. So I want to say it's 2019, but it was the final round of when it was the East was 3 rounds in Boston. So this was Impact, like Impact's first year. So we won a no sting round before, but this is what like us guys consider like our first real Impact win, where we won 8.5 then, where it was the full team there. It was me, it was Ryan, Kyle, Jeff, Levine, Fricker. Like it was the full
Trip.
team there. Yeah, I thought I said Trick. Um, but uh, but like that was my favorite tournament because that was our like we're here moment where it was like, yeah, we won that no string round, whatever. But like this was our 8.5 win where it was our full team together. We won. Like that was my header on Facebook. Like up until I made Nutmeg and I changed it to that, like the Nutmeg background.
I think too, up to that point, so this is 2019. Like we won a bunch of random New England
Yeah.
tournaments for
Yeah.
like probably a solid year because
Yeah. Yeah.
um yeah, we probably won like at least 8 or 9, but I consider
Yeah.
that the first real one.
Exactly, and that was like we were like placing in every single thing, and that was when elite had like the top four, and that top four mattered for seeding at nationals, and that was at that moment too. We from Anarchy finished early that tournament. We jumped them and finished second in the East that year to Team Awesome. So like that was like a huge moment for us. Is like Anarchy is like the old guys, and at that point we're like the really young guys. Like that was like me and you were what like 24. Like Jeff couldn't even drink yet. Kyle was younger than him. Like
Yeah,
it
and
was
we were
like
getting our ass beat by a lot of those guys too up in Boston when we first
big.
started playing too.
Yeah, like I used to go, like even like like the Anarchy guys will say, like they would have practices before like Bo and John and like any of those guys even played. I'd go up to Boston every Sunday, play a practice with them, and drive back, like just to like get some kind of exposure out there. And like they were like beating my ass on the Sunday, and like this was like the finally time where it's like, you know what, I'm here too.
Yeah. For me this year, um, I don't know. Like tournament wise, probably Tucson. Just because believe it or not, that was my first USA medal when we won open nose thing. I've never won a medal before that. And like some of the Long Island people like mess with me because when they had an intermediate tournament division, like Brett won a medal, like because in the intermediate division, his first
And
tournament.
Nikki and Matt
Yeah, and Nikki
and
and then
Kyle.
yeah, you were just talking about this when Matt was on. He talked about the podcast. But like
Hashtag God.
yeah, so I joke with Brett because like Brett, that's the only tournament Brett's ever been to and played at. And
One for one.
yeah, and he's 1 for 1, and he made sure I knew that. Um, and like I've been boys with Brett forever, so like he won a medal, and I felt like I had been playing in all these different tournaments, and like I think I won a Spooky Nook medal with Shred. When I subbed because Andrew Kim was sleeping under the bleachers, and somebody last minute, so I left Illusion to play with Shred, and we won. But other than that, I had not won like a tournament outside of Long Island, really. Other than like like charity tournaments and stuff like that. So that's probably just because that was my first medal. Like I have FTC, I have a second place FTC medal and stuff. It's like my first win. Um, so it's probably my favorite. I feel like I have to say that. Like in general, Minnesota was a lot of fun this year, and being able to like go and explore the city with Jess and stuff like that. That's definitely like cool, right? Because I definitely wouldn't go to some of these places without dodgeball. All times probably Atlanta. From last year with Island Boys, because like
Oh, that's my least favorite tournament. What a coincidence.
oh, well, it was nice because like right, like we had Pittman, but I still wasn't 100%. Like Atlanta was the first tournament I was fully cleared off my injury. Island Boys is a bunch of like raw talent players from Long Island that like, like that team still means so much to me, obviously. Like,
Sean's crying in the background.
oh,
Another perk.
yeah, Sean's being Sean because like he's getting blamed for everything. And but like it was just cool to see like one be able to like it was like me fully captaining the team. I didn't play mixed because my arm, but like it was cool because that's like the first time like I captained both Island Boys and local. But the first tournament in Pittman, Dylan was also there, so like he helped co-captain it pretty much. So it was like the first time being a true captain for both ball types and divisions. And to see all that Long Island talent go out there. And then also like the Georgia Aquarium was sick. The Atlanta Zoo was sick. Um, like just the ability to go and explore and stuff like that. So that's probably one of my coolest favorite stops, just because I actually got like a chance to explore the city and everything. A close second's definitely what was it? Tempe, 2023. I played with outsiders, but me, Sean, and Jeff all agreed not to play mixed. And Sunday we did Sunday Fun Day in Scottsdale with Drew Giovinco. And that was a lot of fun. But yeah, to me, it's not necessarily outside of like the Atlanta one. Like I can try to focus on like the outside dodgeball aspect of it, for it to be like memorable.
Hmm.
So definitely Atlanta, probably.
Question from Nikki: what inspired you guys to step up and run dodgeball leagues?
Yeah, I mean, we both kind of talked about it already, right? Like the lack of
Yeah.
leads there.
I feel like
Um,
just link Nikki's question to like the the initial
yeah,
part of it is probably the best way to
the part
say
that
it.
we went on and rambled for a half hour
It would
for
just
no
be
reason.
repetitive. I mean, I went on for forever.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, right. You said like the lack of a good league in Connecticut, and I just did
Yeah.
it because we didn't really have a league on Long Island, and we saw Li kick at a couple of local tournaments, and I asked him for like 3 years to run one, and then Sal approached me and was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about running a league. What can you do to help?" And I was like, "I can get you 15 people and do whatever you need me to do from there." So we'll keep that short and sweet and circle back.
Yeah. Just tell Nikki, be like, hey, go back a little bit if you need
Yeah.
another
We're on
clarification
back
there.
like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or listen to the like origin stories that we release.
Yeah. Yeah. Move your question to October.
All right, question from Dakota Haas. Favorite dodgeball memory?
Um, hmm.
Mm, I feel like you're gonna have to cut out us thinking here.
I'll go. I'm just gonna think first thing that came up. I'll go FDC when I played with Shred, which was 2023. Um, the FTC 2023 probably. It was like Wednesday before FTC, and Dylan was like, "Hey, Shred needs another player. Do you want to come play?" I was like, "Okay." Like I booked like a $600 flight. Like it was just like an opportunity for me. Maybe it was 2022. Yeah, it was 2022 because I was hurt 2023.
Okay, yeah. I'll say last year you played with Flight.
Yeah, I played with Flight
That
2024,
was like your first
2025.
Flight tournament.
Yeah, yeah. So that's definitely a close second as well, just because it's the first chance to play with the boys. But 2022 was like I feel like that was like my opportunity to like where I really hit like a spot in sport that I was like, oh, like I can be good at this sport and I want to get better. Um, and like I just felt like I kind of went into that knowing like I was gonna be like a seventh, right? Like where I'm gonna be sitting a lot and everything. And I feel like by playoffs, I was told, I think Frankie was like the one, like, you're playing like a 4 or a 5 right now. Just like keep playing, keep doing what you're doing. We ended up placing second. And I caught Xander. I mean, it was like a 60-foot throw, but I remember like I was shadowing. I think it was Matt out the middle on a throw, and I just like he ducked, and I just saw a ball last second. I caught Xander and it ended up sending us to the finals. Um, so that was cool. Like right, just like the opportunity to play with such high level talent and learn so much. I think that kind of just what sparked my like I want to play this sport and I want to thrive in this sport. I don't want to just be like playing this for fun.
Sean?
So the question about favorite dodgeball memory.
Yep.
So my favorite dodgeball memory was Nationals in Kansas City, and it has nothing to do with me playing. It was
Fountain.
Ashley playing no sting in the women's final and winning, and that was her first Nationals. Like this is early her getting into it, and I remember she won Nationals, and like this was when I was staff. So I walk over, and like I'm the one here giving the medals out. So Ashley sees me, and like she's talking to Mac, and like she comes over and gives me a big hug, and like this is like the hardest Ashley's ever squeezed me. And then she said like thank you to me because it was like like I Ashley owes me absolutely nothing. Like yes, she knew a friend we had mutually, and that's how she started playing. But every single thing she did by herself. So, but like seeing like my fucking girl like win this, like she really did it. Like if she squeezed me and said thank you to me, like I fucking lost it. Like I cried my absolute eyes out. And I
Thank you
remember
for the
like
pride.
hugging her, I cried my eyes out. And then I walk away, couldn't look at her after. And then Sam Sayward is behind me. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, Ashley fucking did it. And then I ran to the bathroom so no one else would see me. And I like vocally cried happiness there. And if anyone's wondering why the division after started late, it's because I was the one supposed to start it and I was in the bathroom crying for Ashley. So that's my favorite dodgeball memory.
Hell yeah. All right, question from Jackson Lamar. What is your
Ooh.
favorite memory from running your own leagues?
Mm.
Mine's just been like the experiences, and the impact it's had on players. Like, I don't necessarily have a specific one. Like, that's a lie. I guess it's the first time when I brought a bunch of like my boys from high school. We were the Northport Tigers in high school, and they used to joke and make fun of me for playing out in LI kick and like working with them and stuff. I went to a party and it was like a 40th birthday party in LI kick, and I was like 23, 22. And they're like, "Why are you going to this 40-year-old's house and like drinking with them and stuff?" I was like, "Guys, like it's just a community." And they like refused to join. Like, if you can get a full dodgeball team together, players from Northport, I'll do it. And like the next season, I had a full team of dodgeball players from Northport, and we ended up winning our first season.
Mm.
And we went up against like the Suarez brothers from UDC. Like, I don't know if you know Kenny and Herbert.
Shots out
Yep.
bullets.
Yeah, so it was a lot of Bullets players. And they were like a pretty stacked team. I think they only had like five that day, but it was like, and it was us, but they were just like raw. It was like me and Alexa, and then like Brett was on the team, Kyle Robbins was on the team, Robbie was on the team. Um, and a couple other players who don't really travel as much. But like it was just so cool and rewarding to see like it's like my boys I grew up with to get them to join LI Kick and play. And now a lot of them, I mean, a lot of them are still around like the LI Kick scene, whether they're playing or umpiring or playing a different sport. But that was definitely like my favorite memory. Is like to just bring my boys from like high school in to come play, and they don't really play, or they used to make fun of me for playing dodgeball. And now either they have the itch to play it or they're just around it and they like came full circle.
Hell yeah. Sean?
All right. So my favorite local league memory was I was at our sponsor bar and Adam Nizich came up to me and he was like, "Hey, like I just wanted to say thank you." I was like, "Hey," I'm like, what are you saying thank you for?" And he was like, "Hey, like, you know, Mondays and Tuesdays, tough starting the week and everything like that. But I, just think about making it to Wednesday because Wednesday is when we run Nutmeg." And then he said, "Once I make it to Wednesday, it makes Thursday and Friday a lot easier." So he's like, I just want to say thank you. And like from that conversation, it was just, like there was more in it than that, but it was more of just like being able to like give someone something to look forward to like have that beginning of the week, be able to have them like just make it to then and then be able to finish it out easier. It's like that's how I knew I'll never switch from this day from that one conversation that I had. So like my favorite local thing is like being able to like realize it's like I can give people a day at least.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. All right, question from Mackenzie for Sean. I gotta
Uh-oh.
know how the intense hatred of ketchup came to be.
It kind of sucks because there isn't even an answer to it. I just
You're just a man with the I hate ketchup tattoo.
I know. I'd pull it up right now, but like I don't think I could literally like I don't have an outfit for that.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
I don't think you should either.
But no. So if anyone doesn't know, I have ketchup is disgusting tattooed on my leg. Shout out Gun Mike for tattooing it on me.
Shout out
Um,
Gun Mike, dude. He makes every episode.
Gun Mike featured market. Um, but I really don't even know. Like, I'm not really big on tomatoes. Like my controversial opinion is I think pizza's overrated. It really is just party food. And this is me who can look at modern pizza looking out the window. One of the best pizzas in the entire country. Shout out New Haven. Um,
Man.
I just really like. There was one time I like got food delivered to me. I grabbed the plate, put my finger in the ketchup, and I threw up. Like it's just that disgusting to me. But I couldn't tell you where it started. It's like it's a thing where I remember being a little kid and having like that like crazy ketchup where it was dyed different colors, and then there's a block of my memory, and then I'd hate it. So I
That
wish there
purple
was a
ketchup
better
slap.
answer. Yeah,
Looking
So
at
it's just
that,
ketchup though, right? Like if you have like a burger with tomato on it or like
I would just
salsa.
take the tomato off.
Okay, what do you eat salsa?
I don't really mind sauce. A little light, like and like red sauce too, just a little light red sauce. I think it just might be like the vinegar, like tomato mixture. Like I don't really like sour. Like olives aren't for me. Like I'll only have a pickleback because it tastes better than straight Jameson, but I don't like pickles either.
Hmm. That's crazy.
pickles are
It's not for me.
Do you like olives?
No, I hate olives.
That's
like cucumbers.
crazy.
I think I hate olives because when I was a little kid, my sister used to like take them and put them on every finger and eat them off, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
See, like I mean, I did that as a kid, and I feel like it's something you would do now, but like maybe not with olives, I guess.
Yeah, but also like I hate you. So you saying you did it as a kid, why would I want to do that now too?
I love olives.
Yeah, black olives. I don't like green olives, but I like black
It was
olives.
black
You're
olive
Italian.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
flavor
yeah.
That's
But I
crazy.
also don't like coffee. Like I'm a fake Italian. I don't drink
too.
coffee.
Wow. Do you like
I don't drink.
prosciutto?
I love prosciutto.
Okay. I could see you being like, I actually don't really like prosciutto either. Not really a big fresh mozz guy.
No,
Kind of
give me
ass.
prosciutto.
Do you like rogal?
Give me some prosciutto, fresh mozz, and some balsamic all day.
But no espresso.
No espresso. No.
That's definitely
Crazy.
espresso.
Crazy. All right. Question from Amanda for Sean. Captaining a team can be so challenging, let alone running an entire league. Personally, it can make or break how I feel about a season depending on who I have by my side.
Mhm.
Who are some people you've always wanted, or I'm gonna go back a little bit. Who are some people you'd always want on your team if you could help it? Doesn't have to be just Nutmeg. People love you. Thanks for birthday, Nutmeg. Birthing Nutmeg heart emoji.
Hmm.
Reading's hard.
All right, so I'll give like
You said reading's hard.
yeah, I'll give like a couple from like nutmeg, and then I'll just like say outside people, just like like mix it up. Um, Someone who I always loved playing in nutmeg with is Terrell. Um, he's just like someone who, I used to play with him back in the day. Like I played with Terrell before Ryan played with Terrell. So he was someone who was always just like so fluid with whatever he wanted to do. And like he had the mechanics to always just be right there. And then when he like fully got him together playing with Ryan, like he's like an unstoppable player in Nutmeg now. So it was just like someone who like I had such good chemistry with. Like we used to drive an hour and a half every single Monday. It was me, Ale, Paul, and Terrell. We'd go up to Worcester, Mass every single Monday because we had no league in Connecticut to play with David Roy. Um,
Wasn't a hot Greg going up there with you?
Greg too, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
Obviously,
venue
Greg.
that had the Kool-Aid man busting through the wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was it? It was Bloodbath and Beyond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like I said, we used to drive all the way up there, to just like hang out on a Monday, like drink beers while playing in this like crazy facility where they had like life-size chess and human foosball and shit like that. So like we would do that for years, and like this is before we had any kind of organized anything. And like Terrell was just like such a fun person. Like it was like such like a good experience being with him. It's like kind of what I was saying with Aaron before too, where it's like it was just like he was always supportive. He was always like a good teammate to have. Um,
Team Money 420.
yeah, Team Money 420, of course. I just did a curtain rod at his house the other day. Shout out Kelsey, shout out Kai and Hazel. Um, so then I'll just do two for each. Someone internationally who I've never been teammates with, that I always, would have liked to was Glenn. Glenn in Minnesota fucking spanked every single person on flight playing with class. Full on made everyone their son.
That's my
Um,
daddy.
but also was the nicest person on the court that day too. Every single time I ran anything, he came up to me and made sure he say, "Hey, like I just want to make sure you're good. I'm someone who's done it before. Like, I just, just want to make sure you're all right. If you need anything, come talk to me." And like who he was as a person, like never playing with him and then seeing like his abilities and everything like that too. It's like he's someone who I have a whole bunch of respect for. So
Yeah.
it's like what he was able to do, for me, just having those conversations did more than like, even he realized just like making sure I was good every time he came out there.
Yeah. I had the honor. I got to play with Glenn at both kickoff and
Yeah.
Clash, and it's been just like it's been sick playing with him. He's just so
Mhm.
analytical, and he's such a good teammate, and like he
Mhm.
plays the game so well. And
Yeah.
he always knows what like to say to like help keep the team in the game or like bring like back like the team's energy and stuff.
He huddled you guys up when you were playing Shred. I think you guys were down 3-0 and he huddled you guys up and then
Mhm.
you guys kind
Yeah.
of came back from
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he took that time out for us and like gave a really good
Mhm.
like just like let's bring it back together. And our team chant was definitely the best team chant there. So
What was
Yeah.
your team chant?
we were Honey Packs, and our team chant was "Get hard, stay hard."
All right, how about you, Giancarlo?
Um, oh, I don't know. Teammates wise. Hmm. I don't know. I've always Jeff Giovinco is probably up there for me. I've only got to play with him a couple times, but every time I play with him, I just feel like we're always vibing. Just a great player, great dude, like energy wise. Um, and then Kyle Robinson's another one. Uh, he's just like a great like he does whatever's asked for the team. He's a team first guy, but he's also like super talented and super receptive to anything you say. Like he just wants to get better and help the team get better. Um, so like and his hands are just good. Like he's such a good catcher. And he sees it well, and he knows, he just it's constantly getting better. It's like, hey, I need you to rush, but just so you know, they're probably pitching and beating you to the pitch. So like, value your life and do what you got to do. And it'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna give you a ball, and I'm just go for the catch. And the amount of times he'd be successful in that, I'm like, okay, cool, like my guy. And just he's also one of my closest friends, so it's definitely cool to have like someone like that, like you just gel with, on and off the court. And he's just such a good team guy. And then Jordan as well, Jordan Guyton. I think like energy is huge in dodgeball, and he is always uplifting people and
Yeah. Those are two great picks for energy alone.
like energy. Like I feel like locals' biggest issue when we're doing bad is we're just
You
quiet.
don't have Jordan.
Don't have literally like the thing is like like we could have the most talented roster, but we're like flat and we have no energy. And Jordan will come over and just say some dumb shit, and like or like someone will make a good play and he'll just like let out like a victory scream and say something funny, and that's it. Like we have that energy, and it's just so he's just such a great glue guy, and he's also another guy who's a great catcher, does whatever's needed in the team. um his first time playing the Premier Tour, we have the video and we were watching back the film, and we get a catch and he's like celebrating getting the catch, and he realizes he gets to come back in on the catch, and he trips on the net and busts his ass and
That was
like
Pittman,
falls face
right?
first. Yeah, in Pittman.
Ah.
And we wanted to submit it for the highlight contest, but we didn't
I will
because
say, in my defense, my car broke down before I got there. So I was like trying to talk to people how to set up the nets. And I was like, yeah, courts are like 30 by 60. So they set them up 30 by 60. Like, but if I was there, I would have been like, oh, no, notice 28 so we could have that lane. So I
yeah,
entirely take blame for that entire slip. And
yeah,
every time I see that clip, I just laugh. I was like, yo, that shit's my fault.
yeah. So, if I just go with that. Like Jeff, Kyle, Jordan, Kyle and Jordan are just great glue guys. Like they were like, I just enjoyed playing with them so much on Island Boys. I enjoyed playing with them so much on local. Um, and they're just great teammates and great people. So,
Mhm.
Hell yeah, good answers. Do you know why Kyle wears number 11?
um, he's kind of always worn it, so I do not think it's for the reason you think it's for. But
No, he came up to me and he asked me, and I've told him obviously it's Jalen Brunson. A
yeah,
lot of people ask me that. It is because Jalen Brunson's number 11. And I'm like, why do you wear number 11? And this man told me Brett Gardner, and I started dying laughing.
Every
yeah,
time I hear
straight
Brett
up.
Gardner, I just think of like the bat like slamming it in the dugout.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Yankees fan. He played baseball growing up, and he's a lefty. And yeah, so is Brett Gardner.
Brett Gardner. I mean, I used to wear 2 a lot, or I used to wear 13 a lot, but
Captain.
yep.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean it's fair. I wore 5 and I wore 7 when I was younger, and then I just wore my birthday number after that. but now I'm wearing 17 because every number under the sun that I normally wear is taken.
On flight.
Yeah, it's 27, Matt Levine.
And then you wanted 11, right?
Yeah, 11 was my second. I wore 11 for club baseball. Um, you
Yeah,
will
this
remember.
guy was trying to get 11 for me, Sean. I'm like, you're beat, bro.
We weren't. I was like, weren't you always 13? Weren't
Yeah,
you
tell
always
Brunson to
11?
retire first.
He's like, yeah, yeah. Once Brunson gets traded, he'll be like, hey, I got a jersey number for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah, tell
Um,
Brunson to like full on like ruin a series, then maybe he'll think of it.
yeah. And then I wanted 7, which was Nikki, and then 5, which is Miles. And then I was like, you know what? 17 is a good number.
You didn't want 00 though.
No.
When Jalen Brunson retires, I'll retire my number.
What are you gonna switch to then?
The next, probably just the next best Nick on the team.
Mm.
Probably. All right, next question. Another question from Amanda for Giancarlo. I'm not 100% sure on how involved in Long Island Kick you've become, but I know you have a
Literally
huge
all of
hand in
it.
it. Yeah, all of it. Has becoming a coordinator changed how you feel about the mini sports that you play? Do you prefer being on the courts or behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a director of on-field operations with LI Kick. It's my full-time job. I kind of came into LI Kick pretty shy and reserved and quiet. And it helped me kind of like find my comfort zone and get out of my shell.
I mean, even when we first met you, it was like you messaged Ryan and was like, oh, like I'm here in Connecticut, but like we want to do that. And like my first impression of you was like being reserved. Like, so to see you now, like just wavering what you're saying is like you fully come out with a kick.
Yeah, so it's definitely been like a huge part of like it's helped me come out of my comfort zone. Like my boys who've known me and are close to me knew like I would like they know me and who I've always been. But like that's why I'm around people like I knew for a while. Like and I wasn't around that for everyone else for a
Mm.
bit. And now like I can talk to a brick wall and people tell me to shut up because I talk too much or like they make fun of my voice because it's
That's
fun.
different.
Yeah. But like yeah, so I like it's just been a big part of like helping me find my comfort zone and find like my right friend groups and like just like kind of like build that like confidence and trust in myself. So that's like the big part about I like kick. Like I don't care if it's on the field or behind the scenes, but like I just want to have that impact on players who join the community as well, regardless of the sport. And like kickball is a big help for me for that. I got to meet like some really cool people. We had a really cool bar scene. Like I played on so many different teams. Now I like captain free agent teams and all that. So it's kind of just like trying to like give back to a community who gave me so much.
Question from Aaron Greenlee. Are you superstitious when it comes to dodgeball? Any rituals you have to do before a game, like tapping your fingers a certain way, wearing special socks, sacrificing a small child in the nearest bathroom? Aaron, this is not kickball.
Do you want me to go
Yeah,
first?
um, pregame for me, I don't do too much. I mean, like, I just make sure I do my same stretching routine, like I do my band work and everything. I always try to have a smoothie though. Like I'm a bit, I don't eat a lot during
Are you
tournaments.
Matt?
I always go for a strawberry banana smoothie at a tournament.
Bro's Matt Levine.
Oh,
I
that literally is Matt Levine. I literally had to stop and get him that so many fucking times. It pisses me
Yeah,
off.
for New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like
literally in New
having a
Jersey. Yeah.
Wawa strawberry banana smoothie is elite.
Oh,
If I could
bro.
start my
Oh,
tournament with a Wawa
You said
strawberry banana
Wawa. That's why I
smoothie
did here.
and then get
bust.
a sandwich for halfway through, because normally what I do is I do a smoothie during the first round robin or the first division, and in between I'll eat a sandwich.
I
And
would have shit myself like halfway through that.
but
Taki's meal?
smooth, it's normally just a smoothie or then like an Italian sandwich from Wawa. Like that was my go-to playing at Spooky Nook and everything. And it kind of became a thing. Like if I'm eating, it's either like jerky, a protein bar, or a smoothie, and I don't really eat much else. Um,
No olives?
no olives. And other than that, I mean, I don't really have like a set thing. Like, you know, I do tie my shoes once, and I don't normally tie them again. I don't retie. So if they become untied, I kind of just leave it. And I haven't really, knock on wood, I have not busted my ass yet. But like, it's kind of
He's
just
gonna bust his ass in nationals.
yeah, but it's the thing I've done like my whole life, like baseball, everything. Like I'll tie my shoelaces and like normally like my left shoe will become untied at one point during the day and I just don't retie it. I broke that in Boston, I think. I was on the stream court and they paused the game and made me tie my shoe. Um, which was fine. I think I threw a catch right after that, so I untied it again. But
Damn.
I guess that's my closest thing to like a superstition.
Sean?
All right, so Ryan knows the superstition. I don't even think I need to say it. It's the rest stop coming down for a tournament.
Darian?
Darian.
Thanks at 11.
So Ryan made impact when I was being a dickhead and was like, blah, blah, blah. I just want to be 21 and go drink beer. So Ryan was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this dodgeball thing. So I'm going to have people who actually care about playing dodgeball. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to be drunk. So he made impact, and that was like people who wanted to play dodgeball. When I was like, you know what? I want to play too. My first tournament I played with Impact. We didn't even wear Impact jerseys. It was our Honey Badgers jersey, which was our old team. We went down and we stopped at the Darien Rest Stop, which is in Southern Connecticut, on our way to Long Island, and we beat like Dylan Cruz's and Quan's kill the comp team at Sky Zone. So our ritual was we're gonna stop at this Darien Rest Stop every single time going down, and we got our asses fucking kicked every time. Did not win one single tournament after stopping at that Darien Rest Stop, but we still did. But other than dodgeball, if you want to talk about regular rituals that I do for sports, for the Packers, I had a roommate who was a big hockey fan. He would crack a Coors Light at the beginning of every period. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something like that for the Packers. So first quarter, I would drink one beer, crack it at every, like start of the quarter. Second quarter, two beers. Halftime, shotgun. Third quarter, three beers. Fourth quarter, four beers, and then shotgun at the end. So it was a 12 pack to make it through the game. So like that's what I do for Packers games.
Damn, bro. I go through so many twisted teas.
That'd be a lot, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So that's
I
the
don't know.
cooler ritual.
Yeah, I don't.
Other than
I
a
was hearing you
random
say this,
rest
and I was
stop
like,
in
hmm.
Southern Connecticut.
Then I was thinking about it. I was like, this is Sean. This makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when we power houred down to Philly?
Yeah, we were in Lansdale.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
like a random motel. That wasn't a hotel. That was a motel. We broke like a luggage
No, no,
rack.
no, 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 no. Well, okay, we did a
You're
few
talking about
power
Matt.
hours. No,
The
I'm
spaghetti
talking about
blowjob.
no, no, no. I'm talking about when we drove down to Philly to go to. It was a New Year's Eve party at Hookah DeLuca's.
I don't remember much of that one.
Yeah, we power hour on the way down there, and we showed
Yeah.
up like 2 hours before midnight.
Okay, I remember now.
We killed a 30 pack of Bud Light in an hour.
Crazy.
All right, next question from Aaron. When you guys are in a situation where you are not favored to win, what's your strategy? Sample, you're in a 1v5 or 1v1 against a titan of a player.
I think it all depends on the score of the game, right? Like if you're up, it's like just trying to stay alive and grind clock.
Yeah.
Mindset's immediately like you can win this, right? Like I going into it, right? Like I know you personally, Ryan. I feel like you thrive in these 1v1s or 1v whatever situations because you kind of control your tempo and your side and like you play at your pace and you have the whole court to move.
Yeah, I like based off of what exactly you're saying, Giancarlo. Sorry to interrupt you, but in my league, I implement like having time on the clock in certain situations because I'm like, okay, Ryan's just gonna run this clock out for 15 minutes, and this is a rec league. I need people to play.
I'm not Frankie.
Um, but yeah, so it really comes down to like just kind of like capitalizing on their mistakes and making sure you're not giving up too many balls, right? Like if I'm by myself and it's a 1v whatever, I don't have to ever have less than three balls. And if I give them four, I know they're throwing at least two. Where if they have three, yeah, they can throw two here and there, but I have the whole court to move. And then at that point, it's like capitalizing on mistakes and hitting shots. And like just hitting them in the right transitions while also like not exposing yourself too much. So I feel like it's a big mentality aspect of like just knowing when you should be giving extra balls or when you should be dumping and like pacing yourself and really just playing at your pace. So like my mindset's always like, okay, what's the score? How am I feeling? Do I need to play fast and look for a catch or can I grind it out? Is it something where like this is a swing game? So like try to hit a couple players and see if I get the momentum going for me, or do I just try to speed this up so we have more time to play? So I think it's definitely situational, but definitely for sure, like it's kind of like the mindset of being like, I can win this no matter the situation. And then like, how can I win it? And it's figuring out like what play style to do. Am I going for the catches? Am I going for backline counters? Am I, throwing one until they throw two at me and then running them down? So it's all situational, I think, but it's all definitely the mindset.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I feel like if you're in a core and it's a 1v1, there's no reason why you can't win. Like I think people get starstruck when they play someone. I'm like, dude, you're just as good as them. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like we want to go with that Toronto clash. We had a 5v1 and Kalen got it down to a 1v1 against me, and it was like a 4 minute 1v1. And like it came up this weekend, and I was still like, I'm still so mad I didn't win that game. And Bo's like, it's not on you though. Like we didn't close a 5v1.
who was the last person again?
Kalen Estabrooks.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, so we are going back and forth for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I was just like, dude, like I don't. He's like, you're not expected to win that when it comes down to 1v1. Like he's just good. Like he's just that good. And I'm like, I get it, but like I'm on that court. I'm trusting I could win that and close that at that point. Like. we went back and forth. There's a lot of oohs and ahs in the crowd. We're going for 4 minutes. Like, I wanted to win that. And like, here we are, what, 2 weeks later, and I'm still like not upset, but like, damn, like if I won that, we're in the finals.
Right, yeah, because you guys lost that series. And then another thing too that you added with like just people throwing balls, like every ball you throw, that's another ball that's probably going to be thrown at you.
Yeah.
So if you have four balls, just throw one. If you have an opportunity to get someone out and they're right in front of you, like yeah, just take it. Then
Yeah.
it's just dodgeball. But if the more balls you throw, like you give up four, you're probably getting at least two, if not three,
Yeah.
thrown at you.
If you're getting four and they need to win, if you give them four, they're throwing three. And especially if they need a win. Like, and cool, you can be the best blocker, or you have the whole court to dodge, but like you can only dodge three balls so many times.
I call that fire squad. So like whenever I'm the last one in, you almost never see me give up four balls, five balls, even six balls, because you're never going to see me just get four balls or five balls just thrown at me. Fire squad. I have no fucking chance. Like I can survive maybe one, maybe
Yeah.
two, but I'm not, dude. That's
1 to 2, I like my chances.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
never
If
give
they
them
let off three, it's like okay, you feel like you got lucky
the
there.
only time I'll
right.
ever give them four is if it's like I hit somebody and I get them down to 3 players, and I think I have a shot to hit somebody else and get it down to 2 players.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to take those shots, but
Yeah.
yeah, every ball you give up is just another ball thrown at you.
I'll never get like if there's three or more, you never give them more than 3 balls. If you give them more than three, you're asking to lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And the last question. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Did you want to answer that?
I mean, yeah, I'll answer it, I guess. Could you repeat the question?
When you are in a situation where you are not favored to win, what's your strategy?
Yeah, so like more like what Giancarlo was saying, more of it's like a 1v whatever. Like every single time I captain a team, like in a rec level situation, I say the same thing every time. I say, yes, I've played longer than you, but there are six people on the court. You are one of six. So whoever I am, whoever the person across from you are all equal. All that takes is one person to be in at the end of the game. So if there's no one there and you're here, I don't care how long you've played. I don't care if the first ball you ever thrown. This is all that matters is you being right here. So don't look at who that is. Don't look at what you're doing. You need to be you right here. So it's every single person can be anyone at any time. So, like I said, this situation, like we're in cloth, like we played Anarchy this weekend. We played, four people on Team Puerto Rico and Will Bethard, who was on Team USA. And like it was like a 1v6, and I brought the game down to like a 1v2 that I was almost able to do if like the guy threw it a second sooner, I would have went for the catch. But any person could be anyone at any time. So like the answer is like, yeah, Shota can make a catch like this, but I can do this. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you can do anything, be you.
Anything is
Anything is
possible.
possible. No, like in my head, like every single time that like it's like a 1v whatever, Meek Mill comes in, it's like, "So what you been waiting for? You ready?"
Yeah.
I used to pray for times like this. You know what
The
I
Eagles
mean?
won the
Like,
Super Bowl.
yeah, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. This is what's going on when it's a 1v whatever.
Yeah, just talking about that again, like it brings me back to that one draft season where Ashley and I played together, and P on our team, who literally played for one season and didn't really play dodgeball up to that point, he won a 1-on-6 because everyone was just like, "Oh, I'll go for the catch. I'll go for the catch," and he
Yeah,
literally finished out a 1v6 in under a minute.
that was
So
incredible. I think the whole gym, that's probably the loudest I've heard the gym that moment.
it was fucking sick. All right, and last question from Kim. So I sent you guys a screenshot of this because
Mm-hmm.
it is a question. All right. Make a four-player dodgeball team consisting of animals that has make
You did
a
it. You did.
yeah, okay. I'll start again, guys.
It
I
would have
swear
took
I
me
can
longer.
read.
Don't worry about
I
it.
swear I can read.
I can't.
Make a four-player dodgeball team consisting of animals that beats mine. Animals are the size of average humans build, but have the animal's unique traits. My team: corner, fly, speed. Other corner, cat, speed and reflexes. Middle, frog, sticky hands and tongue. Middle, octopus, suction arms and multiple arms. I am the judge.
Who goes first?
And yeah,
Back and forth,
is
maybe?
this back and forth?
About
Yeah,
probably draft, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I went first earlier, so do you want to go first now?
Sure. You want to do it snake style?
Sure.
Cool. All right, so I'll go first. I'm gonna go in my corner. We're just gonna do four, like corner to middle's corner.
Hmm?
All right, so I'll go an ant because ant is like body weight to strength is like the largest, margin. So like strongest I could put in. I mean, bugs count, right?
Wait, are you talking about Cassidy's brother?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm going Anthony Longo for my corner.
Okay.
No, no, no. So I'm gonna go with Ant. Like, I mean, Bucks count, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Ant for my corner because, like I said, for the margin of strength per size, I think it's like the strongest creature you have.
Giancarlo?
Okay, I'm gonna go. What's it like the Peregrine Falcon, right? That's like the fastest animal in the world. Like it's faster than a cheetah.
No, it's called Aaron Goodwin is the name.
Gotcha. They're also like extremely fast and they have really good vision. So that would be
Hmm.
my corner because they'd be able to see the court a lot. And like I said,
Yep.
fastest animal, so they can run it away and just kill that shit.
Hmm.
And then my first middle would be a gorilla. Uh,
Harambe?
yeah, Harambe specifically. I mean like they have huge hands, right? Like a gorilla. I mean just everything about a gorilla, right? They're elusive, they're fast. They also, I feel like just out the middle, I need somebody to hit. They could do that. They'd be catching everything.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my sweet prince.
Harambe, yeah, RIP.
All right,
All
so I
right.
get two back to back here.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna go in my middle. I'm gonna say a pelican because a pelican, like mouth to body ratio, like there's so much to draw in for a catch. So like if we're counting all of your body counting as catches, like if you could only throw right at the thing that draws everything in, like nothing's catching more than a pelican. And then for my other middle, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go flea because I think a flea,
Crazy
flea. No,
answers.
dude, flea. Like, if, like we're putting this in the body of a human. Nothing. Like I think like how I said for an ant, like strength to body ratio. Flea is like jump to body ratio.
True.
So like if we're talking like elusiveness and jumping, like if we had more people, I would have said a mosquito because like you need someone in the middle to like draw in, do like that rat kind of shit. You know what
Fucking
I mean?
zone.
Like to piss you off. Like I would have said mosquito, but like flea is more of like body size ratio. Like there's nothing that jumps higher than a flea. It's like how the fuck are you gonna beat something that jumps higher and just chilling in the ceiling?
Hmm. All right, Giancarlo.
Huh. That's a good one. That just kind of threw me
I
for a
was just
loop.
gonna say, I think you
Yeah,
got a good one now.
yeah.
Um, now I'm like, how like I'm gonna go
Steal
from
I don't
it.
think anyone's
crazy.
gonna beat my last pick.
What?
My last pick's gonna beat it, so just go with whatever you want.
Um, I think I'm gonna go. Hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to think, right? Like, 'cause I need it in the middle. I feel like my first one was
Gorilla should have been your
kangaroo.
corner because I was gonna put my corner as gorilla and ant.
Yeah, but like the Persian fat was just so quick and like vision, court vision, and everything. Like the right,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gorilla
So,
can
so that's
survive
why
in
I
the
would have
middle.
put him in the middle.
This is
But
gonna make
like,
or break it for me right now because you literally have Harambe.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's tough. Yeah.
I think I'm
I'm
gonna.
honestly giving it to you if you say specific. If you just said Harambe instead of gorilla, I would have just
Yeah,
admitted
that's
to it.
Draft
fair.
over. Drop the mic.
I think I'm gonna do a kangaroo. Like right in a human body, their leg power is insane, right? So jumping, yes, but also like that, like push off and like when you use your lower body to throw, like you get that torque. You can, so their elusiveness to be able to make quick movements, and then just that ability to just push. I'm thinking of ways only here.
Yeah.
Like really could sit in the back line or throw my home counters, but like that kangaroo's running it away with my Peregrine Falcon.
Plus, he could sure catch.
Yeah,
Or
true.
she.
Yeah, they can use their little pouch to just like swallow a ball. Um, hmm. And then my last one, which means I need another corner, and I'm playing fast. Um, I don't know. I to me like something like a lion, right? Like an apex predator, but like it was more like the like sneaky ones, right? Like they stalk their prey, they know what they're doing. Like King of the Jungle, right? So like you have them, again, like they see the court, they stalk their prey, they can take all the right opportunities to counter and stuff. So
So you
I'm
have Lion King,
yeah,
Harambe,
yeah. A Persian
uh,
Falcon
a Falcon,
and
and
Kangaroo Jack.
fuck, bro, Sean. This is gonna
All
be
right.
close.
I know I'm gonna win. All right. So my pick. Hear me out. It's a fucking barnacle. You know why it's a barnacle? Because their dicks are like 200 times the size of their body. Look it up. Like barnacles have the biggest dick to body ratio. So I need someone on my team who's got that shit in them. And I'll fucking drop it to that.
All
Right.
right, Sean, who's on your team?
All right. Corner, barnacle, got that shit in them. Flea, pelican, ant.
Longo or Edwards?
Both.
Okay. Giancarlo?
I had the Peregrine Falcon, the gorilla, the
Pair of jeans. Shout out Carlos.
pair of jeans, you're right. The kangaroo and the lion.
Fuck. Sean, you're gonna be upset here. Bro literally drafted Harambe. Like I have to go with the
Bro, but
gorilla.
I drafted entire dick.
Uh, what am I drafting for the team to win or just?
Vibes. Imagine the Barnacle
I
on
think
Honey Pat.
vibes.
Imagine the Barnacle on Honey Pat.
But also in my defense, he didn't say Harambe. You said Harambe.
True. But if I'm just picturing it like, am I hopping on the court? So if I can hop on the court with Harambe one last time, I'm gonna do it.
Hell
I
yeah.
think that this needs to be up to poll.
I
Okay.
think this. Yeah,
I think a poll I would win.
I think
All right.
Kim's next episode of the podcast, he needs to of his podcast, he needs to weigh in and tell us what he thinks.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the barnacle dick, Kim.
Yes. I
So-
can look it up right now. I don't know. Like we're probably out of time, but like I can look up right now barnacle.
Whoever
dick
has to listen to this episode is gonna be sitting here for like 3 hours listening to like bullshit about random stuff. We
Here,
gotta cut
edit
some
it
of
out
this.
and let me say what the barnacle to dick ratio is.
All right, oh, say it after, say after. Oh, yeah, we're 2.5 hours deep right now. So yeah, normally I say comment down below when we do our original draft, but this is a good draft too. So don't comment below on the first draft we did. Comment below on this draft. I want you guys to answer.
Barnacle penises can teach a ton about biology. Is the first thing that came up.
Thanks for the instructional on a barnacle's dick, Sean.
Bro can read.
Yeah, I can't, and Ryan definitely can't because I have the notes pulled up next to me. And the amount of times he mispronounced or misread a question is wild. But it's okay.
Tired, bro. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
If you look at everything I drank,
you took a nap and you had to do the crowdsourced questions 2 hours after.
Listen, all right, ready. All right, hear me out. The average barnacle penis can be up to 8 times the length of its body. How is that possible?
I don't know.
How can you not put that as your favorite? Because if you need someone that's got that shit in them, it's that shit that's 8 times longer than being in them.
But
All
how
right,
does it help with dodgeball?
Dog mentality, bro.
True.
Dick mentality, bro.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
we probably should wrap this up.
If you got it in them, you got it in them.
Ryan,
Yeah.
feel free to cut out like an hour of this for the people's sake.
I don't even know what to cut out.
I know. I'm trying to think right now because we're 2 hours and 40 minutes deep, and I
We
definitely
also-
have to cut out some stuff.
We also
Damn.
probably hung out for like 20 minutes before we're actually recording.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
25.
We need to be
probably
less
should
of friends hanging
probably
out.
should get down to like an hour 40. Could you, in theory, take the initial draft about drinking out of it? And
Nah, I'm gonna leave it all in.
okay,
There's only one part that I said in the beginning that I need to cut out.
yeah,
I got myself.
It's just your part.
Yeah, I got myself.
I don't really care. I mean, I don't care how long it is. I'll listen.
Also,
to it.
there's one part where I got up and my butt cheeks were definitely in it.
Yes.
I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in.
Yeah.
We're still recording, by the way. But all right,
Yeah,
guys,
listen.
any closing
It
thoughts
doesn't
or
matter.
shout outs?
Shout outs. Yeah, I just want to shout out. I want anyone who organizes and runs a league. Obviously, Sean's done a great job with Nutmeg. Shout out BDL and everything they've done. Shout out Philly Dodgeball. Like our East Coast scene has definitely been growing, and I think it's been showing on the practice squad. So shout out to those organizers and also all those players who continue to put in the work, and also all the USA board members who do everything they can so we can actually run tournaments and play dodgeball.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, like shout out everyone in Nutmeg. I'm not here if it's not without you. It's like, yeah, I get, like the league started 4 years ago, but like it's not me, it's everyone. So every single one of you is, more important than I am here. So shouts out the whole Nutmeg community and the extended Nutmeg community, whether you live in Connecticut or not. Shouts out, like BDL, shouts out LI Kick, where like all of our community has branched out to, where like you've become the extended family of us. And like shout out everyone that, has made dodgeball home to like all of our family in Connecticut. Shout out Ryan.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Shout out the bromance.
Yeah, shout out bromance.
Would you ever have thought it's gotten it to where it's gotten?
I would like to say yes, but again, I didn't start this.
You went to the point where
but yeah, no, I mean, definitely not. I thought that this was gonna be more sports, and I did one random episode on a Friday night recapping Tucson with Bo, and we were both drinking, and it kind of did numbers. And every tournament I go to, people talk about stuff that's happened on the pod. So I appreciate everyone that watches. That'll be my shout out, and be on the lookout. So we are gonna have, and I say we, it's me, but Jeans will be on Friday night or Sunday night, and then also Shota is probably going to be on this week. So be on the lookout for that. And also something new that I'm going to try out is we've been doing the watch parties, and early in January, I did like a nutmeg Discord, so we could go watch film all together. I want to try something different. I want to do not watch alongs with a group, but watch along with a person. So kind of like what Eli and Logan did last week. It's really good. Go check it out.
When they recapped the Honey Pack Shred game, that was cool.
Yeah,
Definitely, it's definitely cool to see their insight and like they just do it just have fun, like right. So I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah, friendly banter is like what makes the sport more enjoyable.
yep. So shout out those guys. Go check out Elijah's YouTube channel. It's about an hour long. It's really good. But yeah, Nikki and I are going to do that sometime this week. So be on the lookout for that too. But that is it. Thank you guys for hopping on.
Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah,
Anytime.
hey, see me and Jay out in October when we do the full league recap.
Yeah, that'll be a 3 hour origin story.
Yeah, have to look out till then.
All right, guys.
All right, peace out.
Peace.
Kisses.